Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to yet another live HATMAN Collection update. My voice is going. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
For now.
Let there be lights. Producer Todd. And Mike Kruger for now as well, I believe.
Yeah, we can't all do your 4-hour streams, Dan.
It's not going to be a 4-hour
4 hours. I know you're telling them in the chat.
It's less than half of probably.
I'm going to guess 3 hours.
No, not at all. Unless the chat's really active and I'm just bullshitting with the chat, it won't be. I promise.
We'll see. But yes. I think this is my first HATMAN Collection update, so thanks for having me, Dan, on your show.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think you've actually been on a HATMAN. Lucky. God damn, Todd.
They're long. Some of us got shit to do. Some of us got to produce.
What better thing to do than see what another man has been buying and wasting his money on? Come on.
Well, Cliff Booth has a request. When we hit 1,000, you can do a 24-hour stream where you count out your Blu-ray DVD collection one by one.
I don't think I could do it in 24 hours.
If you're just counting them. He doesn't say show them.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say showing every single one would be difficult.
But counting, I think, is doable.
Yeah, see how many you have. Yeah,
here's the problem too. I also have a storage unit, so it's like
wait. So what doesn't make the cut that goes in the storage unit?
Well, the wrestling stuff's gone now, so that's.
But is that in the storage unit or is it gone?
No, it's mostly random DVDs, like a lot of drama sort of stuff. I mean, the stuff that generally I care about is all here, but I don't know. I'd want it to be that exact count. I don't think I could do it in 24 hours. My head would explode. And I don't think that would be an interesting show.
I didn't say it would, but I'm thinking counting. I mean,
yeah, we should do something special when we hit it. And I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, we got to figure that fuck out because we're like 10 away.
You're 10 away, but I figure you got to add a little on to that because, sometimes you get.
I was actually kind of just shooting for 1,000th show because we'll hit that first. I mean, no, we won't hit it first, but I think we can plan around it better. Because what are we at now? I know we're only at 913. I mean, we'll hit 1,000 by probably the end of the year.
913. We're at 990.
No, I'm talking about episodes.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
It's hard to plan like when we're going to hit 1,000.
Yeah.
For that, we can plan that. But we will definitely do something. So whatever it is, we'll try to get all 4 of us together. At the very least, we'll get 3 of us together.
Yeah.
Yes. When we talk about things like most bangable alien, that can go both ways. We could lose a few subs. We could gain a few subs. It just depends who's listening.
Dude, we're going to look after that fucking squared circle society, and we're going to have lost like 25.
All right, there we go.
I just wanted to hear about Backlash, and they're talking about alien sex.
Yeah.
There is
mushroom features.
I haven't posted the picture when Dan got to meet her in Hollywood yet, so coming soon.
Fuck you, Todd.
You'll see the look on his face.
That was messed up, Todd. Then that was a trick. So
he snuck up on us, or she snuck up on us when we were sightseeing right by the Halloween house. You're standing there right behind us at the house party.
Yeah, if you haven't checked that out, though, watch the ride along. I guess we can call it. We go to the Playboy Mansion, guys. You got to see that video. But Todd,
thankfully for Dan's safety, it cuts out quite a few times. You want to call out Hef, but at least he figured out how to dismantle cell services in his area so no one could call for help. That's some genius level shit.
If we have
Dorothy Stratton, you again.
If we have some other guests with us, that could be the most dangerous live stream ever. Next time.
That may need to go on our secondary channel, just period. I don't think that should ever touch this channel live. We'll make a special 3rd channel just for that stream.
It'll just
be this case we're fuck channel.
Oh man. But yeah, check that video out. That was a lot of fun, just hanging out. And yeah, but
we had to censor Caesar once.
one time, that's not bad.
And honestly, I could have left it in because I don't think anyone would have heard it.
God, dude, I just never forget being next to him. Fucking when he's screaming at Masada. Oh my God, I was having you hide me under the flag.
Wasn't that Tanky?
No, that was fucking goddamn.
Oh, he was
Caesar.
Yes. Yeah, he was making his jokes.
Yeah, and then Moreno would chime in with something fucking absolutely. I almost slipped. But yeah, that.
Well, see, I would have edited for you. Don't worry.
Yes. So
Star 80 is a top 5 for me. Eric Roberts is Paul Snider. Did
Oh,
you
that is a
check
good movie.
out the Welcome to Chippendale series? Because, like, of course, Paul Schrader and Dorothy Schretton are very, at the beginning of Chippendale. So I totally forgot about that till I watched that show. As we're talking about Dorothy Stratton, and we're talking, are we going to show stuff off?
Spread that box, Todd.
All right, I guess I'm going first.
Box. Come on, Todd.
All right,
let's see.
Just don't put your mouth on it.
My mouth will not touch it. It's a little late because
I always eat the box. You have to. I always eat the box. How do you not eat the box?
Do you want me to answer this question right? Dan, you don't eat the box when you paid for the box.
Yeah, dude, that box had some
how many hands have been on this box?
Dude, and the box had some other products in it. And then it's just reused.
It was a fresh box.
As the last dude. Did it taste like latex?
Fuck you, Todd.
That's a yes. All right, box is open.
Not a yes.
Make yourself bigger.
Oh yeah, not like that, Dan. Dan's like, when are these fuckers leaving?
Like they're sabotaging my show.
Yeah, damn it.
All right, let's see. Oh yeah, we got to do the clues first. I almost got in the box early.
Yeah, you almost opened the box too soon. Dude, I'm so fucking stoned right now. Jesus Christ.
What does it say?
This pandemic project will have you on the edge of your seat. What the fuck? What pandemic movie? Okay.
What was that one Universal one that had the Dario? Bird Box.
Oh, no, it's not Bird Box.
That Bird Box was a Netflix movie.
Okay, no. What's it? No. It's some other name like that, though.
I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was gonna There's one. It's Lockdown Hauntings or something with the Ford brothers. I believe did it. Tony Todd was in it. That's possible, but I don't remember who put that out. I don't think we've had.
The Road could work. Yeah, I don't think it's Corona Zombies just for the fact we've never.
Yeah. We're assuming it's the modern pandemic. It's not. Yeah.
Like no, it doesn't have. It could just be a movie in a pandemic. Something like The Road would fit.
Have you read the book that movie's based on? Not. If you like the movie, it's well worth reading the book too.
All right. Well, okay. It seems like we're a bust on this one. Anyone here got a guess before we hit
Lockdown Hauntings? I think I might be screwing the name up a little bit. That's all I've got.
I like The Road as a guess.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I know. All right.
Self-fulfilling prophecies sure are bloody.
Trying to think self-fulfilling.
Quark is too.
Quark, yeah, he's guessing. He thinks he knows the answer. He just can't convey it.
I'm trying to think. What was that move? Self-fulfilling. Oh shit! Hold on. What about that fucking movie? What the hell was it called? It was about a girl, like a girl and her son. She had to like feed people to her son. Came out on Shudder a couple years ago. We reviewed it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And like the whole thing was like he was like bringing a demon into the world, and that was like the ending.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking anything for Jackson?
No.
I think we've done that one.
This was the chick from Halloween, Laurie's granddaughter from Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
I forget her name.
Fuck.
All
I
right.
don't know.
If anyone out there remembers, throw it in there.
We're Barry Horowitz tonight. Maybe we'll
Carrie's-
get one.
Carrie's. Okay. Carriers.
Oh,
Chris
Carriers, yeah.
That's what it.
Carriers
That's not what I'm
and Chris
talking about.
Pine has never had a Blu-ray release either.
Yeah, that's not the one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about is a Shudder exclusive.
Yeah, no, they're trying to figure out the Chris Pine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. I lately we have sucked at this.
For the first clue.
I think like 2 times ago we had a good one where we actually guessed like half of it, but
All right, we'll try the third one.
when
When
a
it-
kid
Go ahead.
when a kidnapping goes too far, things become violent. That's a million movies. So I'm trying.
They're
to
not even
think.
trying now.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
All right, let's check.
Relive the horror with this gory award-winning indie film.
What the fuck, dude?
That's flip a coin. I don't know.
Right? I'm with your dog. All right.
We need to get Ozzy to do like a musical
questions?
version for them. Yes.
All right. Well, here we go. Here's the first one. Wait. I didn't look at it yet. Let's make me full screen. Here's the first one.
Trapped. Oh, okay.
All right.
Never seen it.
I totally forgot about this movie. It's got Kevin Bacon. I'm pretty sure I have this on the 4-pack with What Lies Beneath or whatever. Not What Lies Beneath. The
Yeah, that
Kevin
might be
Bacon.
the newer release of it though, so might be worth.
the new Mill Creek.
Yeah, I think so.
No, it is. It's the Mill
Yeah.
Creek one.
Yeah, they have a new In the Cut. I think they've got coming out pretty soon.
See, I have In the Cut. Is that the Meg Ryan one?
Meg Ryan.
Yeah, I have that on a
erotic
4-pack
thriller.
already too.
Yeah, I do too, but I think it might be worth grabbing. I don't know.
All right, our next one, IFC. I already see the logo. Proxy.
Oh, so Proxy is a good movie, actually.
Yeah, I don't think I grabbed the Blu-ray yet either.
That is the director that flipped out on Melissa back in the day.
for which review?
It was kind of like one. It wasn't that movie, I don't believe. I don't remember which movie it was, but he didn't like her review, and it was like one of those you just didn't get it kind of reviews, and he was kind of a dick.
Did she block him too? All
No, this was like audio era. I don't know.
Here we go. Here's the third one. Oh, I don't have this one.
Oh, nice.
To Your Last Death. Now, which one does this fall into? This is the animated film. Kruger, didn't you watch this one?
Nope.
Okay, I thought one of us did.
Marina Baccarin, I know, was in that. I don't think I've actually watched it.
Yeah.
It's
I think.
So
Yeah.
what's the synopsis on it?
Hold on, let me get some light so I can read.
Sorry, old man.
I know. Oh, well, now I got a fucking. Okay,
You old bastard.
my software update. Jeez, I'm on that. Where the? There we go. After emerging as a sole survivor in a deadly revenge game set up by her father to punish his children, Miriam receives an offer from a supernatural entity to go back in time and try again. Now Miriam must survive both her father's bloodlust and the game master's ever-changing rules to save her siblings as she relives the worst nightmare of her life. First note.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds interesting. I'd be
Yeah,
down to
interesting
check it out.
enough.
Now, I remember the cover. I was interested in checking it out. I'm kind of glad I waited now.
Yeah.
So-
Now you got a reason to watch it.
all right, and the last one, the exclusive
Fresh
one.
bucks so
Wait, hold
far.
on.
Let's see.
Hold on, checking the comments. I didn't have it on. No trap it. Okay, here we go. Here's the exclusive.
$73
minutes. A horror pack original.
Oh, okay.
How the fuck are you supposed to guess that?
That is a good fucking point. You're not, and it's signed.
Yeah, there hasn't been a signed one in a minute, I don't think.
No, that's been a while. I think the last one was like a Universal movie. What's the something man?
Bye Bye Man?
The Bye Bye Man might have been.
That was autographed?
I'm pretty sure that one, is one that they got autographed.
Oh, okay.
I have some like weird, like normally those like that isn't your exclusive, but sometimes I'll throw in like an extra one that has a bonus, like an autograph.
Okay.
So I've gotten a couple different ones. So
Okay.
yeah, okay. So as far as I know, this is the first horror pack original in the horror pack. Because if you do remember, they made a movie a few years ago that was purchasable, like it was just in retail. But so this is the first one.
Any names in the cast or
that you'd know, or that?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. The girl looked kind of familiar, but I can't tell. That looks like
Anelia McGinnis, Christopher Milan, and Mike Stanley. Directed by Lou Simon.
Okay. Lou Simon has popped up on the horror pack before, so.
Monica is driving home after an intimate encounter when she gets a call from a private number. The anonymous call threatens her daughter's life if she doesn't deliver a client's file to him. He sends her coordinates to a location about 73 miles away and warns her not to divide from the GPS instructions or call the police. Now she has 73 minutes to figure out what the caller wants with the file. She enlists the help of her lover to solve the mystery in order to save her daughter. But as they get closer to figuring out the identity of the caller, they realize that all their lives are in peril.
I bet the lover eats the box too.
Did he have to pay her?
Fuck you, Todd. God damn it.
It makes a difference.
These are facts, sir.
But sounds interesting.
So yeah, it does.
Coming up.
So one more time, I'll just show. We have
Trapped.
right. Yeah, this month's horror pack. We have Trapped. We have Proxy.
Yeah. Which I believe was out of print at one point on Blu-ray, so that's kind of a good get.
To Your Last Death. And the horror pack exclusive, horror pack signed, 73 minutes. Horror pack original. So
I'm gonna
original
say,
exclusive sign. This is
I'm gonna say this is a good box. I approve of this box. I would definitely eat this box.
Even though I only have Trapped, but yes. Because of course you would. You had to pay for it to get it.
Fuck you, Todd. Son of a bitch.
Well, I didn't
All
get
right.
How you gonna get mad about something you thought?
I know. I don't like facts.
Fuck
Calm down, Caesar.
Anyways.
There's no such thing as global warming. Meanwhile, we have fucking tornadoes in Compton. You know, Compton known for their tornadoes and drive-bys.
That feels like a sci-fi channel original. Compton tornado.
Twister and Compton.
Wait.
There you go.
Where knew to cast?
You get Ice-T in there, of course.
No, I was going to cast the only tornado we know.
Oh, dude. Can you imagine the tornado comes at him and he just like, bitch, and he just like parts it?
That was
Holy
one of my
shit.
That was one of my moments, one of my proudest moments. Tornado asked me to make him best of DVDs. Didn't give me anything else. So I'm like, I'm going to name this shit. And I named it Bitch. For real. I used the human tornado quote from the movie. You fucking love it. You could stop laughing when I showed him. All right. Real quick, Dan, I was going to show these two since I got this month's.
Might as well before, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bow out before you do that.
All right. Thank you
We'll
for joining,
see you.
Kruger. All
All
right.
right, later, guys.
Peace.
Later.
All right. Here, we'll do it real quick. I don't know if you've gotten this month's yet, but I didn't do any of the extras this month or this past month.
Okay.
But Vacation at Terror 1 and 2. I haven't seen this one yet,
Nice.
so I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that. Yeah, it's got a cool cover.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, but that's on my list.
I figured this. Now, have you seen this before? Or is it going to be a first time?
So I have to check because again I go back to the tape trading days. Sometimes you had certain things that weren't in the best quality, so I'd have to check. But I believe so on that.
Damn it. Oh, bet. Indy, I'll check if the runtime is 73 minutes in a moment. 5 women for the killer.
Oh, are we okay? Do we need an edit?
That's why I marked the time. Maybe.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Yeah. So we have that. I'm going to go back and check.
Okay.
Because the one on the cover is 100% censored, but just to be safe.
All right. Yeah.
So we have that one.
Always have to check those Vinegar Syndromes.
Right. And the last one from last month, which there is a DVD of Code Red, get the upgrade. Curse of the Blue Lights.
Yep.
So it's got a nice slip.
Yeah. So far, I don't think I'm showing any of these off yet because I don't have them yet.
I figured.
Very cool. The Code Red Blu-rays are slowly disappearing.
Well, no, that one didn't even make Blu-ray. That was only DVD, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then we'll do the last one. I figure we'll open it because I haven't opened it yet. And we were going to watch it when you're here. I totally forgot about it. And that's the Dr. Caligari 4K.
Ooh. Probably be careful on that one too.
I checked this one first. So it's still sealed. I guess I'll open it. We'll get a look at the disc. Don't worry, I'll look at it before I show it then. So how much stuff you got tonight, Dan?
A lot less than last time.
You say that, but you won't give us a time. 10 hours.
No, it won't be 10 hours.
I'm guessing 3. I'm guessing you're doing 3 tonight.
I'd say no more than 2.
Including my time, I'm thinking 3. All right.
No, I'd say 2 including your time. I don't think it's going to be that long.
Okay.
Unless the chat's really booming. So.
All right. Oh, we have the classic art. I think I know what I'm watching tonight. Oh, there we go. Oh, my God. I love this so much.
Nice. I don't know why my dog's losing his shit right now.
I'm just double checking. Well, who doesn't love? I better look at the book.
Yeah, that's
a nice little booklet.
That is the one that we did not get to watch together.
This was an immediate purchase. Okay, because since Indy brought it up earlier before we were actually on air, the Black Manuel box. He asked if you ordered it, which version. Did you end up ordering it?
So I did order the regular box without the extra swag as of now.
Yeah, technically you could still do the 100 and get the other.
We'll see. I'm kind of like
Dan's not going to, if you can't tell by his answer.
Usually I break. So.
You know what? You don't though. You normally, when it comes to the swag stuff, you're normally like, I don't need it. And this is the one time I'm like the opposite too. Like I'm kind of mad at Dan because he was here and he distracted me from knowing when it went on sale.
I told you when it went on sale and you waited. So that's on you.
It's still somehow Dan's fault. So I missed the first one, but I got the second one. As soon as those went up, I was like, immediate.
You wanted that board game. I get it.
No, yeah. I'm glad that the things that I wanted are still in the set. Like the art card, I'm fine. It's not there. That's the only thing missing. But like, because I wanted the passports. I think it's cool. You can follow along where you are in it. And some of the like that and the board game, even the cutout, the doll set is cool. I mean, just as I'm never going to do anything with it. The two things I wanted were the passport and the board game.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Indy said he added the swag, couldn't resist. But yeah, if you got time to decide, you can always.
We'll see how long it lasts. I mean, yeah. I guess it's not really limited now, right? So
there is some limited, but there's the number has to be large if they're not numbering it, because they numbered it because specifically that one item couldn't be reproduced, or that was the number they could do.
The card, yeah, okay.
So, I think they might have just drug up demand by doing with the way they did it. Because when they posted about it, I was like, immediately, yes, do it.
I've been busy, obviously, being in LA and some of the other stuff I've been up to. How bad was the outrage online?
It wasn't. It was like I know I was the first one to comment. Can we please have more? But no, it was just people. Can we get more? Yeah, I was like, can we get another 250, please?
250 goes fast. I mean, for pretty much anything like that.
On the pricier sets that are like that are limited, a lot of times they stick around a lot longer. But the fact that this was like, but they put a different swag from different movies, and sometimes it's crap.
Yeah.
But this one was all about the one movie, the one set. So it's like everything in there's cool. Even, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. There is a better than 50% chance I'll get it for the board game. And I love Black Emmanuel. I'm a big Laura Gemser fan. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just lock this in now. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Because I'm trying not to be as obsessive about merch.
See, I'm not either. And this is like one thing. Like, I don't really buy. Like, if it's Toxic Avenger, I'll buy it. Even now at this point, Chainsaw, it's like has to be something I really want. But anything Toxic Avenger Trauma is an instant buy. Don't care. And I'd say this, like Black Emmanuel, I put in that. It's like the first button I got was because it was like, the pins. I don't have it in front of me, but the 7 pins, it's because they had her and Edwidge.
Yeah, I haven't been collecting the pins. I mean, again, they're not expensive. It's just
she's not nude in this one.
Very nice, very nice. I like
the other, and that's what, like, I'm not all about collecting them all, but like I had to get that one, and of course her.
Ooh, absolutely.
Yeah, the hand's covering it, but we're just being extra careful. Like, George Eastman I just got because it was in one of the sets I ordered, but cool, I got George Eastman. I'm not mad I got George Eastman, but
that works. I pre-ordered that and the Alien stuff, so I've got a lot coming eventually from Severin.
And I know you ordered some of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, didn't you? No, you didn't. Because it was just the flash period. I ordered some of the partner label stuff, so I don't have to worry about it. Because there's which one?
I've definitely got some partner label stuff I'm going to show off tonight.
There was one, and I'm just going to tell you now, even though we're on air, that was about to sell out in the $10 ones. Because what label's going out of print?
TerraVision, all that stuff.
Yeah, there's one. If you didn't grab, was down to like 24 when I checked it right before we started recording tonight.
Okay.
Love and Saucers. If you don't have that one,
yeah.
You got about 19 left in stock.
It's kind of like a one-time watch. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it. I was $10, so I got it. So
yeah.
But I honestly, everything I've seen from TerraVision, I've liked in some way, shape, or form. Like
they put out a good product for sure.
Yeah, I'm honestly considering doing their monthly gimmick too, or their.
Mm-hmm.
They have an annual subscription too, much cheaper, of course, than Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, less volume for sure.
Yeah.
So, guys, it's time for me to show off some stuff. So to make this a little shorter, and the fact that I technically already showed them off, a lot of that Wild Eye stuff I got, I'm not going to rehash that tonight because I did that on S'mores Indoors. So go back and watch that MVD sale show for a lot of that, because I was just like, nah, that'll just, you've seen it, or at least a lot of you've seen it. And if you're not subscribed to S'mores Indoors, you should be, because that is an awesome podcast, and I pop up there quite a bit. So not a whole lot in the way of DVDs today, but I do have a few I'll show off in just a little bit. But let's kick it off in no particular order with let's see here. What pile shall I grab? All right, we'll just pick random piles. The Aztec Mummy Collection. There's been a lot of great Mexican horror coming out lately, and this is actually a very, it's VCI, but it's a very, you can usually get it for like $20, and it has Curse of the Aztec Mummy, Robot versus the Aztec Mummy, and Wrestling Women versus the Aztec Mummy. I'm a big fan of Mexican horror. It's been between Vinegar Syndrome and several other boutique labels. We've been getting a lot of great Mexican horror lately, and I was happy to add that to the collection. And some of these are just going to be totally random. So we got some Dollar Tree pickups. One that I never actually saw, but looks good. I think this one actually might be Goodwill, actually, maybe. Trash with Rooney Mara and Martin Sheen. It's a drama. I think it's based on a true story. I don't know. It was $1. I grabbed it. I think it even had the digital code in it too that worked. So there you go. Also, Takeshi Kitano's Outrage. I didn't have that on Blu-ray yet, so pick that one up. Also from Dollar Tree, which a lot of these were like 50 cents now, which I kind of grabbed pretty much anything I didn't have on Blu-ray. I wasn't picky. This one is Gangland Hooligans, which looks pretty good. It's got some critical acclaim, so I look forward to checking that out. And I have no idea what this is about. I don't think it's a horror movie. It's a little bit unclear. Something to do with nuclear fallout, but Nuclear. It seems to be like a coming-of-age adventure that looks like it takes place around a failed nuclear reactor. I don't know, but 50 cents. Not going to complain. I'll give it a whirl at some point. And this is actually an Al Pacino movie that I have not watched. I don't know if anybody in the chat's seen it, but Danny Collins. I haven't checked that out. It's a more recent one, I think in the last, 5 or 6 years or so. I think he plays like an aging rock star. And again, might as well for that kind of a price. And of course, true story there. Sully with Tom Hanks. Did you see that, Todd? I want to say that was like the year before we started doing our Oscar show.
Which one?
Sully, the one about the...
Oh yeah. That was before.
I think it was like right before we started covering it. So this is an interesting one that you guys may not have heard of. And I believe it is a Canadian import DVD, but this is with Samara Weaving and Brian Cox, Last Moment of Clarity. This is a thriller and is notable because it's got some steamy scenes with Samara Weaving. So I got this, I believe, on Hamilton Books. So it was a cheap one, probably like $3 or something. You might want to pick it up. I know everybody loves Samara Weaving, and apparently she has some spicy scenes in here. So Last Moment of Clarity. It's like, that's the first one he's shown that we give a shit about. So big fan of, well, I'm a big fan of Jude Law, but also a big fan of this actress, The Nest, which looks like it's kind of a drama. Kind of reminds me of what's that Kevin Kline, can't think of it, but it's a drama. I'm a big fan of The Leftovers, and Carrie is amazing in The Leftovers. So this is another one I believe I got off of Hamilton Books and decided to give it a shot. This director did make Martha, Marcy May Marlene, which is a fantastic movie. Ben, you will not be... Yes, I Mr. Skinned it too. I did my research. So there's a reason why I bought it. So I'm actually curious to watch The Nest. I might just watch that tonight. I don't know. Also got a Ewan McGregor thriller, Our Kind of Traitor. I don't know if that was theatrical or not, or at least I don't remember, but it's kind of a spy thriller. Pick that up. What else do we have here? Oh, so this one's an import. I got it super cheap off of eBay. And we reviewed it. I don't know if you remember this one, Todd. It was called Body. And
Not The Body.
no, it is that movie where the three women, they don't break in. I think one of the women had said like it was like her family house or something, and they were really just breaking into the house. And remember, Larry Fessenden was like watching the house,
right?
So he kind of comes in, and they just basically, it's a movie where things keep spiraling out of control.
Right.
Or it's a good movie, and I found it on eBay. I think it was like $7 or $8. It was a weird markdown. I can't remember the seller or anything, but yeah, and I believe it's also region free. So Body, you probably have to go back a ways. It's probably been at least like 3 years or more since we reviewed it, but I think it was during the YouTube era. I remember liking it, so there you go. What else do we have here? Of course, one that I think most of you saw, I did finally pick up Violent Night, which was a lot of fun. And I know there's a sequel coming soon. So kind of curious what they do with it. Did they say that it's like him versus Krampus?
No, I think that's just what everyone hopes for.
All right.
Unless I missed something. I don't remember that being like confirmed.
Yeah. This, not sure. So this one is from actually, I was going to say IFC and Scream Factory, but I'm just seeing Scream Factory on the Blu-ray. Postmortem, which I believe is a Hungarian horror movie, which looked pretty good. I'm actually excited to check it out. I think this might have been a pickup from Second and Charles, I believe. Can't remember. It's weird, Todd. We talked about it. I didn't buy a single movie in California. It's how busy we were doing other stuff.
You're wasting your money on other things.
Fuck you, Todd. Not wasting.
I think
building memories, Todd.
You were using your money on other things.
Building memories, Todd.
Memories?
Memories. It's all semantics. And what's up, Chris? In the chat. Yeah, spicy Samara weaving is a good selling point. Yeah, check out Chris's channel, Slasher Home Video, if you're not subbed to him as well. Good review on Terror Tract, by the way, Chris. I like that movie quite a bit. It is on it is on DVD, by the way, in a double feature with Cherry Falls. But Terror Tract seems like one of those ones at this point that they might put out, because I think it was a 2000 film.
Yeah, and Universal owns it, so it's very easy for someone to license. I was kind of hoping after Cherry Falls, Scream would do it, but there is an HD transfer, because I think I have it on digital. I have it in HD for sure somewhere.
Okay, so yeah, you might get your wish on Terror Tract. That's a really good movie. John Ritter, Bryan Cranston. It's a good horror anthology.
We brought it up a few times. We got to do an anthology show. That's one, or even an anthology tournament could be fun. And that's definitely one that I put in it if I was picking them.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's really good. We also have, this is a Peter Stormare, who's a great character actor, and Dee Wallace alien invasion film, Beyond the Sky, which I also got on, I believe, Hamilton Books. This is a cheap Blu-ray, and with Dee and Peter Stormare, it's an easy pickup. I haven't watched this. It's been out a little while, and I don't know why I didn't already own it, because, alien flicks, I tend to pick them up. But I'm curious to check that out. Let's grab a handful here so I don't have to keep reaching. This one I've been curious to revisit for a while, because it pales in comparison to the original, but I don't remember it being awful, and that is the Assault on Precinct 13 remake.
It's nothing offensive. It's nowhere near as good as the first. I mean, the original is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
That's a solid action movie. Yeah, I like it. I haven't rewatched it recently, but I do.
I don't remember it being a piece of shit. I'll put it that way.
I'm going to tell you like this. Now watch. We're going to get a Scream Factory Blu-ray of it now.
Not one I need to
Upgrade.
Yeah, I'm good.
But it's that brand new Super 20. No, I don't know. New cut they had Earth where they kill the kid in this one. Well, in that case, that's how you're going to get me to buy. Sorry, I'm rambling. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. Also, I know the unrated version's coming, and you know what? I'll pick it up again, but I had to grab Infinity Pool. Love this movie. You can go back and check out a review. What else needs to be said? Definitely one of the best films I've watched so far this year. I loved Infinity Pool. So this is a double feature. Cross My Heart and Pure Luck. It's a Martin Short double feature comedy. Pure Luck was one I really liked as a kid. It was Danny Glover and Martin Short. Cross My Heart, I haven't watched since the video era, and I don't remember as well.
I'm actually more curious to revisit that out of those two because I remember Pure Luck, but the other one I don't at all.
Yeah, I don't remember it being a full-on sex comedy, but it's one I guess you could kind of sort of argue for it. But it's been forever, so yeah.
Go that far, but
check it out. This might be a good one for farce. I was
thinking. Yeah, I know Pure Luck is probably an easier one to do.
Yeah, I think Ozzy would probably be a fan.
I know he's a fan of Martin Short, so that's already.
Yeah. All right, so this is kind of a Dutch drama with horror elements, Amnesia. I'm looking forward to popping this one in. It's got a bonus film on there, Susie Q and Dark Light, which I believe is a short film. Cult Epics don't get talked about a lot, but Cult Epics puts out some really good shit, and look forward to diving into that. Another Second and Charles pickup, which I thought I owned, but when I was doing kind of just going through the library, checking, I was like, oh, I don't own this. And that is the Patricia Arquette comedy Holy Matrimony, which is an early appearance from Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well. It's like the Amish kid that she like is marrying. It's probably another movie that you wouldn't have today. And Patricia Arquette was at peak hotness in Holy Matrimony. So it's another one. I've actually got more than a few comedies here. That's, I think, the next stack that I'm grabbing as I'm trying to make sure nothing falls over. So here we go. One that, again, I thought I ordered it and I hadn't. This has probably been out on Blu-ray for a year or two, but I didn't have it yet. Let me make sure.
Oh yeah, there's
free.
Just
one of the guys.
I thought I shamed you into buying that when it came out,
and I thought I had it. And I was going through because I have a lot of movies. I have to go section at a time, and I was like, what comedies don't I have? Because that's probably like the smallest of my collection. I mean, I have a lot, but in comparison to horror action, and I was like, fuck, that's not in my sex comedies section. So. Yeah, just one of the guys. I finally got it on Blu-ray. Once in a while, you sleep on that random thing.
Damn it. I'm just thinking of what we should have watched. You were here for 420. We should have watched Sex Pot in 3D. Damn it. Would have been perfect. Sex comedy, 3D, and marijuana.
And shout out to Piz in the chat. How are you doing, Piz? Good to see you. Good to see you. I haven't been on a stream with you in a while, Piz. I think I missed the last two patron streams, but I've been in LA, so look forward to seeing you again, hopefully soon. Yeah. I'm surprised I slept on that one because I love that movie, but it happens once in a while. It's like I thought I ordered
you know what? I kind of remember because the price was kept putting you off.
Yeah, maybe
that's one of those MOD ones, so they stay high.
Yeah, like always $22.99. I mean, not that it's not worth all
You're right.
$22.99, but
I think that one hung at 27 for a while.
this one, Todd, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you and Ozzy did it on Farce, but I did get the Shout Select Blu-ray of used cars.
I
with
don't
Kurt
remember. I
Russell.
kind of think so. Yeah, because I there had to be a reason I watched it.
I thought you did. One thing that I love about this movie
We did.
is
Yes, we did. Okay.
it's left in there where Garrett Graham is just like repeating Jack Warden's lines. And he legitimately gets pissed off with them, and he's like, "What are you, a goddamn parrot or something like that?"
Right.
Was the line, and they kept it in the movie. It's
Yeah.
hilarious if you watch it because, like, it's like really just pissing him off. And yeah, remember this one being really funny. Look forward to going back and watching it. This has come up a few times recently, and I was like, okay, I need to upgrade to Blu-ray because I always found this one hilarious. I don't think it was a big hit when it came out, but Madhouse with John Larroquette and Kirstie Alley. This movie is goddamn hilarious, and I don't know why it's not talked about more.
Yeah, I don't remember it doing well. I remember that and She-Devil both around the same time, both just knowing liking. I remember liking both of them as a kid. I'll be honest, I haven't revisited that one in years, but I'm going to push that one on Farce soon.
I'll just say, because I've talked about it before and it's not a new movie, there's a scene where a cat ingests cocaine in Madhouse. It's I think it's hilarious. I love this movie so goddamn much, and I'm happy to have it on Blu-ray. No real extras on this one, unfortunately. Larroquette was allowed to shoot this on nights, I believe it was, in between shooting Night Court, because I think he was denied at first, and then scheduling kind of worked out and they let him do it. If you're a fan of John Larroquette and Kirstie Alley, watch Madhouse. 1990. Dennis Miller is also in it. I think it's one of the more underrated comedies of the era. It's a really good screwball humor, and it's I believe it's PG-13. Yeah, PG-13. There's a little bit of like sexual humor in there, but it's relatively okay to watch with the family. Also, speaking of underrated comedies, I'm curious if you're a fan of this one, Todd, because it's just one of those ones that kind of fell through the cracks in the 80s. And I believe it was technically remade as Fist Fight, and that is 3 O'Clock High.
I love that film as a kid. I don't know if it's technically a remake, but it definitely borrows from the concept.
Yeah, I want to say it began its life as an official remake, but this movie isn't big enough to, they needed the same title or anything.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's teachers in that one, and this one's student.
Yeah,
but it's concept wise, it's almost exactly.
Yeah, good cast: Richard Tyson, Jeffrey Tambor. Yeah, I'm gonna have some comedies to knock out here shortly. Another comedy, which I know.
Speaking of comedies, tomorrow on Farce, Police Academy.
Now, let me ask you this: is that a first-time watch for Ozzy?
Oh God, no.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. It's like even Ozzy's not that lame that he hasn't.
No,
watched.
If it's something mainstream like that, yeah, like he's seen Porky's and all that stuff too. That's going to be an interesting one. That nerds just to see, because his problems with private school, the Toddness of them, and there's no escaping that in those. And I know he likes at least one of those.
Yeah, I was going to say how he doesn't like private school. How anybody doesn't love private school. I can never.
That's our next team name when we do anything. When we go invade Ozzy's trivia, our team name is going to be Private School 5 Stars. That's our name.
There you
go. I
go.
can take that clip.
5-star Private School. We're going to make that happen. Another comedy here from 83. DC Cab. Grab that. Kino had a sale, and I got DC Cab on Blu-ray. Gary Busey, Mr. T. I mean, that pretty much sells it alone. Haven't watched that in a while. I think, did you do that one too on Farce?
I think we might. I don't remember. I watch a lot of shit.
That's okay. All right. So I haven't been getting everything on 4K, but I did get the Dawn of the Dead remake on 4K, I did watch this. I watched this right before I flew out to LA, and it's a very good 4K.
I think I got it. I don't even remember. Now you're gonna make me check. I know I got it.
Oh, go for it.
No, I was just babbling.
Also, I didn't get to watch this this edition yet, but I did get the Fog 4K Steelbook, which Fog's essential. I was always going to get it, and I know this version is superior to the previous 4K, so I was like, it's the fucking Fog. I'm going to get it. What can I say? I always say The Thing is John Carpenter's best movie, but man, Fog is in the conversation for sure. We've got Ron Jeremy in the chat. Wow. Wow. We are not worthy.
How did he sneak a phone in the cell?
He might have
keistered it.
Might have muled that shit, Todd. I mean, you know, adult film legends got to do what an adult film legend's got to do. So, yeah. Wow. Also picked up the Tassari Giallo of Puzzle, which I know if you don't have it, Todd, you're probably going to get it. VCI release.
I think I have the import of that one.
Yeah, actually, I think I might have saw it there.
I'm good with that if it's a VCI. I think I have the best track record.
Also picked up the now out of print, and I got it probably when they were down to the last couple hundred copies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 4K.
I didn't tell you. I managed to snag that Second Sight limited edition.
Oh,
so
nice.
I feel complete now because I missed it on that first batch, but Orbit Diabolic got some in, so I had to grab it.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I was almost like, there's nothing wrong with the Scream Factory Blu-ray. There's nothing wrong with the Scream Factory Blu-ray. Oh, fuck, they're down to 200. So
no, I meant for the first one, not. But
okay. Yeah,
that one that just came out.
That will be shown off.
The import, the Second Sight one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that sold out.
I know you're pretty much gonna grab.
Well, and that one's supposed to have the better transfer, just barely. But I think that's going to lie with people's taste. But me, I'm just, it's Chainsaw. Okay, so I guess I will. Oh, my God. You know when Toxic Avenger 4K comes out, you know that's all I'm going to talk about for like a while. Count down the days.
I figured you already pre-ordered it. It's a high pre-order price right now. But
I haven't yet because I haven't decided if I want to do it from Amazon or from Orbit or from Diabolic. Because if I do one of those two, I'll get it before Street Day, which is kind of what I want.
Surely that price is going to drop below 100, I would think.
They're cheaper than the Amazon price on the other two. But you're probably going to end up paying probably $20 more to get them from those, my gut says. Because they normally are a little bit higher. Like it's cheaper right now, but if Amazon drops...
Yeah,
yes, I mean, Toxie retrospective has been planned. We've just been waiting. We were honestly waiting for the new movie, but now, win, lose, or draw, we're doing it for the box set.
You're gonna want to, yeah. So, yeah, oh, Chris regretting not getting the Texas Chainsaw Massacre box. Yeah, I remember you talking about that, Chris, and debating back and forth. Sometimes that's, I get it. I usually cave at the last minute. So another, these are imports from Umbrella, and I'm a big fan of the new Dune. I actually liked it quite a bit, but a lot of people forget about these Sci-Fi Channel miniseries from, I want to say like early 2000s. And I got Dune and Children of Dune, which was an early appearance from James McAvoy. They're actually pretty good.
I've heard that about those.
Yeah, when you hear like Sci-Fi Channel original, it's like, oh, and I was like, you forget like some of those Sci-Fi Channel miniseries they actually put a lot of money into, and
Battlestar Galactica.
yeah, which of course, became the series. Which the Battlestar Galactica remake series is amazing. Some of the best TV of that era. So look forward to watching these when I get some extra time. They're miniseries, so of course they're longer, but it's been a long time, and I look forward to checking them out again. Also, we covered the first couple episodes of the new season, but I got Slasher Flesh and Blood on Blu-ray. This is the season with Cronenberg.
That's a good season.
Todd, will you do me a favor and just distract our chat for 30 seconds while I run to the restroom?
Okay, good, because I was going to dip out for a minute after when you come back. So
sweet.
Go. All right, well, I guess we'll
just look at Todd and Ed Harris for a minute.
All right. Well, question. Has anyone read the Dune books? Are they worth a read? Okay, we're going to have to wait for Dan to come back like that. Children of Dune's cover makes it look like a Dakota flick. Next year is the 40th anniversary of Trauma. New movie comes out then. I was actually talking about that. I think if that happens, it's going to be a coincidence, not like fact. Like I don't think the studio cares enough about Trauma to like time it out that way. But either way, I'm super excited to talk about it and the new movie, whatever. And but the set I'm super excited for. The dude on Slasher cover looks like Uncle Howdy. Yeah, he does. But yeah, and I don't know if there are any new features on the Toxie 4K that have been announced yet. Looks like everything, they looks like everything that was previously out will be there, but sometimes those like little introductions from Lloyd get lost. So I'm hoping we get them all there. And Dan's back. So
Dan is back.
And
Dan is back.
I will be disappearing now. I'll probably come in and out, but if I take too long and you're done, shoot me a message.
I will shoot you a message. All right. All right. See you in a bit, Todd. So, all right. I picked this one up, which I haven't gotten to watch yet because I promised to watch it with a family member. But I know Lauren was a fan of this one. I got Plane on 4K. Gerard Butler usually delivers a pretty entertaining movie. And Lauren had some nice things to say about this one. So I'm excited to check it out. And I'll keep an eye on the chat now. Is the Toxic Avenger 3D movie?
See, I just saw that too. I don't know what he's talking about, and I feel like a bad Trauma fan, so I'm gonna go look at it. Ben, you're stumping me.
Well, Todd figures out the mystery. I'll keep going. Also, this, of course, was the adaptation of Joe Hill's book Nosferatu, and this was the final season, Nosferatu season 2. Curious to check that out because I haven't watched season 2 yet. I more or less enjoyed season 1, and I had a couple minor issues with it, but I certainly want to finish. I was invested enough to finish it, so I will. Also, Jess Franco, which I have every Jess Franco Blu-ray release, and I have had every Jess Franco DVD release, and this is the latest from Mondo Macabro, The Other Side of the Mirror, which I'm haven't gotten to sit down and watch yet, but we're due some more Franco on Flesh Wound After Dark, so you may be seeing a review of this soon, and it's boob free on the back. So there you go. Brian, I can't speak for Todd, but I did like the Toxic Crusaders cartoon back in the day. I don't know if it's, I don't think you're getting it in 4K or anything, but yeah. Another one we reviewed and we were fans of, Missing. This was the follow-up to Searching, although you don't have to see Searching, although you should, because I was a fan of that one as well. You can go back and check out our review of searching. We've also, I also got some retro 60s science fiction. This from Olive Films, Project X. Another one when I was kind of just going over, stock in my library. I was like, oh, I don't have this one yet either. So I picked it up. If I had more time, I would create a totally separate sci-fi channel because I'm a big sci-fi guy. It's just there's so much horror out that it's hard to keep up with everything. Also, the Spierig Brothers zombie flick Undead. I grabbed that from Umbrella Pictures. Fun movie. Another one I got actually off of eBay. I didn't get it off of Vinegar Syndrome. For some reason, it was just cheap. I think it was like $11 or something. And I don't know why. It's brand new. It's sealed. But pick that one up as well. Ben, yeah, I think you definitely like Missing. If you like Searching, for sure. I think I favor Searching by a little bit, but Missing still delivered for me. So, yeah, I think more often than not. I mean, I have A-list, so pretty much everything is worth seeing in the theaters for me. Also, of course, the classic 1959 version of On the Beach. I'm sure all of you've seen On the Beach before, so I won't waste a lot of time talking about that one. Also, this is an older release from Vinegar Syndrome, but just one of those ones that, for whatever reason, I hadn't grabbed it. And that is Alien from LA. Not a good movie per se, but it is a time capsule of the 80s and an interesting production history on this. So I do recommend you check out the extras. Albert Pune was a fantastic filmmaker. Didn't always make, not everything he did was great, but he always had a great imagination. And there's actually a book, I think it's called Radioactive Dreams, but there's a book on Albert's career. He was one of the early interviews I got to do with Brian Harris back in the day. And he told me after the interview, we just talked for a while. I think he was in maybe the early stages of his illness that sadly claimed him, but he was still very sharp at the time. What a nice man. What a wonderful guy. He was so many stories he told us of just some of these random movies he shot in Eastern Europe back in the day. And I miss him. I not somebody that I, talk to with any regularity, but I talked to him, at least a handful of times after that. And yeah, rest in peace. Dive into his filmography. It's very much worth it. Speaking of science fiction, I have some Doctor Who releases that I'd fallen behind on. Tom Baker, complete season 3. And this is, of course, classic Doctor Who. Most people say the Tom Baker run is the best of classic Who. And in terms of the writing, I would agree. But I'm also a big fan of Sylvester McCoy. And season 1 of his run also just came out. The McCoy era, I mean, it's so 80s too, which is why I think he is such a popular Doctor. And yeah, that's probably one thing that I never talk about on the show, but I am a Doctor Who fan. I've got some really rare Doctor Who stuff here, and maybe one day be something different, but maybe I'll do a Doctor Who collectible video. Let's check the comments real quick. Yeah, I agree, Indy. Alien from LA does have some cool cult vibes. And Hayden in the chat. What's up, Hayden? How have you been, man? I've seen you on the Discord, but yeah, been a while. Let's see. Chris, I have that Monster in the Closet DVD that's supposedly has episodes of Crusaders. I've watched that thing front to back, and I can't find them. Okay. Shout out, Jess Grimm. How are you doing? Good to see you. Ben tried to get into Doctor Who, bought a bunch of their seasons on DVD to check out when we were quarantined in 2020, but then I watched Buffy instead. Yeah, I remember you said you had like a first watch of, I believe it was you, first time watch of Buffy, or maybe it was somebody else. Doctor Who, like you don't, if you're going back to classic Doctor Who, that's really going to depend on your tolerance of the limitations of the time in terms of effects and everything. I mean, you go way back into the Doctor Who run, the sets actually shook at times. You know, the Star Trek was big budget compared to that. So yeah. You can jump in with New Who, the Christopher Eccleston run, and you're fine. Like it kind of explains the lore pretty well. So you're covered if you start with 2005. That's how a lot of people got into it, and then they were invested enough to go back and check out the classic run. But that really depends on you. I mean, you're talking now like 60 years of history, so or coming up, I believe, on 60 years of history. That's a lot. That's a lot to dive into. Yeah, definitely, definitely, Hayden. And you guys can all catch up if you're members of our Discord. There's a lot of other podcasters in there, so it's Discord's pretty easy to use, the direct messaging, and there's a lot of features on Discord that I've only used a few times. So check that out. It's a very busy Discord. Also, this label went away for a while, or at least wasn't really putting out Blu-rays, and it's Artsploitation Films. They put out some amazing horror movies like Wiver, Der Samurai, Der Bunker, a lot of great foreign horror movies. And this is a Spanish film. I don't believe it's science fiction. It is a horror film, but it's called Virtual Reality. I got it right before I went out to Los Angeles, and I need to watch it because Artsploitation always put out really interesting horror product. And now they're putting their stuff out through Kino, so I might have a review for this one coming at some point. I know we were supposed to, and we just didn't get to it. What else do we have on the docket? Just got this one in, and this is the Jackie Chan Collection Volume 2 on Blu-ray. This has Armor of the Gods and Operation Condor, or also Armor of the Gods 2. Wheels on Meals, Crime Story, City Hunter. This is actually a really good set that I was happy to pick up. Everything, and sorry, Hayden, because you're in the chat, but everything he did before Rush Hour was so good, and I think Rush Hour was the downfall of Jackie Chan. Sorry, Hayden, just a coincidence, but yeah, you have to see Operation Condor if you never got around to that, Hayden. You can get that on a cheaper, just separate Blu-ray if you want, because I still one of my favorite Jackie Chan films. Just a good, adventure film in general. Also, from Arrow, I've been buying a lot of kung fu films on Arrow, and I got the Sammo Hung film Knockabout just recently. Another must-watch. Sorry, this is a very white Blu-ray, so it's a little shiny on my camera. And yeah, if you're a member of our Patreon, you have to go back a ways, but we did a show with Hayden on the Super Hornio Brothers adult film. So you can go back and see that. That's there's a lot of great missing Cornelius collection content, but you can still see the Super Hornio Brothers commentary with Hayden on our Patreon. And yes, Indy, Artsploitation is the shit. They're awesome. Hopefully they still keep up the quality. And I will be on Instagram soon as well. I told Todd I would create one when I got back, and I just haven't yet. I know it's not hard, and I am going to get to it. What else do we have here? Not late 90s slasher, early appearance from Anna Faris. I believe Piz has a review of it on his channel. I believe it was Piz. Christian might have one too, but Lover's Lane, the Arrow Blu-ray, which I always kind of thought they might, particularly because of Anna Faris, and they're tackling a lot of late 90s and to the 2000s stuff on Blu-ray now. Another one I got, actually this was waiting for me when I came back from LA, and I'm still catching up. LA was insane. So much happened. You know, I'm might be making I am writing a movie right now. There's a lot of fucking stuff happened in LA. It was an eventful trip. One for the ages. Also, really excited to watch this. Not one I really expected to ever get on Blu-ray, although probably should have because of Bruce Campbell. And that is the Kino release of the Bruce Campbell sci-fi original Terminal Invasion, which is a Sean S. Cunningham directed film. And low budget, but actually pretty good. Pretty solid story. Chase Masterson from Deep Space Nine is also in this one, and I look forward to checking out the Blu-ray. Yeah, Indy, Anna Faris is in Lover's Lane. And yeah, Chris, I don't know what the price is right now on Lover's Lane, but you know, Arrow stuff usually goes on sale, so you shouldn't have to break the bank. So this is like, I'm not even sure exactly what this is. It was kind of advertised as a Tarantino-esque thriller, and that is Habit. It's about like Bella Thorne plays like a nun, and it's kind of a crime flick. I don't know anything about it, but yeah, Bella Thorne, Paris Jackson, who I believe that's Michael Jackson's daughter, Josie Ho, who I'm a big fan of hers. So yeah, this was a cheap pickup. I can't remember where I picked it up at. It might have been a Dollar Tree pickup, but I'm not sure. Finally grabbed this on Blu-ray. I've had it on DVD, of course, forever, and I kept kind of waiting for an upgraded release, but it was cheap. I just said, fuck it. Arachnophobia on Blu-ray. Everybody, of course, John Goodman steals the show, and Julian Sands also in this one, who still hasn't been found, sadly. So, all right. Don't know much about this. Cheap zombie movie. The world ends at Camp Z. I know absolutely nothing about it, but it was like $3. So I said, screw it. Let's you do something a little more exciting. So let's grab a box set right now while I check the comments. Okay, Paris is Michael Jackson's daughter. I thought so. Yeah, Brian, I might have like an Instagram I might have made like forever ago, but I'll get back on it for everybody. Yeah, Hayden, Super Hornio Brothers. There's nothing like shitty, and I mean shitty in the best possible way, not 90s adult movies. Just that whole thing. I'm King Pooper. Yeah, if you want to know what that's all about, go back and watch that. All right. Let's get back here. And this is a set I picked up from MakeFlix. Beautiful looking set. Now, it's not the things that you're thinking of, because in fact, it actually confused me too at first, but I got the Things Collection box set from Make Flicks. These are all horror anthologies. I know Ron Ford's one of the directors who we reviewed the which I'll also show it again because I have it here, but the cult classic horror, the Cinemacabre cult classic horror collection, which had some Joe Castro slashers that are a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do a review of this Things collection as well once we get all catched up. It's a really cool looking set. And maybe we'll dive into it at some point for some reviews. And it's 6 movies as of now. And I'll show them really quick, even though they're kind of hard to get back in the box. But you have Things, and it gets a little confusing, but you have Things 3, which I believe was also out as Dead Time Tales on DVD, which you might own it as that. Things 4, Things 5, Strange Monsters. At this point, they're all pretty recent movies. As you go on, I think the nudity kind of is upped on all of these. Things 666 and just Things with a Z. So I've kind of enjoyed their box sets. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you would never have expected to get on Blu-ray, and probably, like I said, with the last set, a lot depends on your enjoyment of really low budget horror movies. But I do remember liking Dead Time Tales, so that kind of pushed it over for me. Goddamn Cliff Booth. Like, I would take Fairuza over Bella Thorne. Come on. Bella Thorne is basic hot. So, Peak Fairuza. Well, Peak Fairuza, she's the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be of women. So, it's always Peak Fairuza. Let's see. Yeah, Andy, though, it's not the Things that you're thinking of from 1989. Although that was on a MOD Blu-ray with a couple other movies, and I might have shown that off on a previous update. But I kind of expect there's going to be like somebody's going to put out a better edition of Things at some point. All right, continuing on. One that I missed in theaters with Olivia Wilde. I know it's a revenge flick, A Vigilante. I don't know if anybody saw that and if it's any good, but I grabbed that. Shudder original, which is kind of more of a comedic thriller. Small Town Killers. Got that. That was like a cheap, but it does have a pug on the back holding a bloody knife. And I don't think I saw it because I don't think we reviewed this one for whatever reason. Although this is a little bit older, probably from more than a few years ago on Shudder. Let's see. I had the pleasure of being like one of the only, well, maybe not pleasure, depending how you look at it. I know it's not a particularly popular movie, but this, like, I swear it played on like 2 screens in the entire fucking world. And that is the zombie film Patient Zero with Stanley Tucci. And I don't remember it being a great movie, but there were some interesting ideas in there. And I did get to see it in the theaters somewhere around Atlanta, somewhere here in Georgia. And even Todd didn't get this in California. So it was a very limited release that for whatever reason, we got it here. Next up, this is kind of a dramatic... I like this film a lot. Dramatic adventure film. It's Into the Wild. I'm a sucker for these kinds of movies. I've always said I'd backpack across Europe, and this has kind of been a year first, so who the hell knows? This is not about, this is kind of Alaska, but just, throw a backpack on and just go kind of spirit. And this is a really good movie. So it's not all blood, gore, and titties. I do have a soft side. We're quoting Waterboy in the chat, and that is awesome. Yeah, of course Faruza over Bella Thorne. Come on. I was just in LA. You throw a fucking beach ball and it'll bounce and hit like 10 Bella Thorns, but you're lucky if it hits one Faruza Balk. Yeah. So yeah, Ben, Patient Zero is a pretty easy Blu-ray to come by. Crazy ass animated movie. We have a review of it up, so I won't talk about it too much. But if you like wild, fucking crazy Old Man the movie, which came out through the Unearthed animation label of Unearthed Films. Took a little bit to get going, but I am a fan. Kind of gets wilder and wilder. Hayden, if you're still watching Old Man, the Old Man movie, it's probably one I'd recommend to you. I think you would enjoy it. Still chugging along here. Probably my least favorite Ryan Nicholson movie. Still, I guess, sort of qualifies as extreme horror, but he's definitely more pulled back with it. Star Vehicle. This is another one. I think we reviewed every Ryan Nicholson movie that's come out to Blu-ray so far. It has its moments. It's just not my favorite, but I got it during that MVD sale. It's like I own all the other ones, so fuck it. Might as well pick it up. And this is a German horror film from Unearthed Films. La Petite Mort. I believe the sequel's out or coming out too. There's a lady in here, Manouche, who I used to see all the time at Fangoria Weekend of Horrors, and she usually, I know she worked a lot with Joe Zazzo, who's a New York indie staple. She was in some stuff with Rain Brown, another scream queen from the New York, New Jersey area. And I have not watched this yet, so it's actually a 2009 film. It's one of those ones I think I had a bootleg of for a long time, and I just didn't get around to watching it. So I was happy to buy it on Blu-ray officially from Unearthed Films. And yeah, be curious. There's some people like that I haven't run into in a long time at a convention, but I used to just see them everywhere. All right, moving on. Also, an extreme horror film, an extreme Japanese horror film from Unearthed, Brutal. Grab that on Blu-ray also from that MVD sale, which like I said, if you want to see all the DVDs from that, I did that show on Spores and Doors with Corey. I wasn't going to haul all those back again. So, yeah. Good film if you like extreme horror. I'm sure it's Kruger approved. Also, we have a review up for it, so I'm going to skim over it fast. Dr. Lamb, a Category 3 classic. You can check out our review. Grab that on Blu-ray, of course. Well, here's a different one, because, again, I am a fan of classic film, and I didn't have it on Blu-ray. The Bette Davis film, All About Eve. Got this at Second and Charles, and I was like, okay, that belongs in the classics section of my library. So I heard this movie. I've owned it forever. I don't think I've actually gotten around to watching it. It's a period piece sex comedy, sort of. I know it doesn't have a great reputation, but I think it picked up Virgin territory. I believe this was a theatrical, or at least a limited theatrical release. Of course, Hayden Christensen kind of was shit on after the Star Wars prequels. And I don't know. It doesn't have a great reputation, but it is Mr. Skin approved. So we'll finally get to that at some point. Checking the chat here for a moment. Yes, rest in peace, Ryan Nicholson. That was very sad. Yeah, Hayden, definitely check out The Old Man, the movie. Goddamn, Cliff. You're only entitled to like 2 Feruza slams a show now. You're on like 4 now. That's messed up. I picked up the sequel to The Witch. Not that witch, but The Witch, the other one. Which, if you saw the first one, actually, you can watch these, I believe, on Shudder right now, or at least the first one, if you want to check that out. It's a Korean sci-fi action film, pretty wild stuff. I do recommend you check those out. Also, shout out to Cole if you're watching this. Picked up another Jackie Chan movie that's not included on the set. Gorgeous, with the beautiful Shuki, who a lot of you will know as the girl in the original Transporter film. She's fucking gorgeous, timeless beauty, and I did grab that on Blu-ray. Also better than Rush Hour, Hayden. I'm sorry. So this one, Hayden, another recommendation for you, because I know you're also a fan of the Shanghai Noon films, but you need to check out the Sammo Hung film Millionaires Express. This is good shit, Hayden, and it's also got your name on it. I do recommend it if you pick up the Arrow. Sorry, getting some glare on there. If you pick up the Arrow Blu-ray of this, it's stacked. I know Cynthia Rothrock is well represented on Blu-ray lately, and this is one of her better films, so you should definitely pick that up. Just running out of some space. Continue along with the theme here. Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung, Heart of the Dragon. I look forward. I've got more than enough for like a Jackie Chan marathon night at some point, which I haven't done in a long time. Some more unearthed releases here. This is some bleak, ugly, depressing stuff, as you would expect from this director, who I can never say his name, but Damiano Cristoforo. Red Crocodile, the director's cut. This is just basically about a guy in Chernobyl who is just basically rotting from the drug crocodile. It's light, fluffy entertainment from Unearthed Films. I highly recommend you just check it out. One for the whole family. It's good stuff. Another one actually that I haven't watched yet from Unearthed, Purgatory Road. Has anybody watched Purgatory Road yet? I'm sure Kruger has, and it's just one of those ones for whatever reason I have. Or actually, now that I look at it, I might have, but I'd have to check and see if we reviewed it. But cheap pickup during the MVD sale on Blu-ray. Also picked up from Unearthed Dis, which stars Bill Oberest Jr., who is one of the better, really one of the best indie horror actors out there. And believe I have everything from Unearthed now on Blu-ray that they put out on Blu-ray. I'm really looking forward to Full Body Massage. They're putting that out at some point, I believe, this year. I was a big Mimi Rogers guy, and Brian Brown as well. It's kind of one of those actors that was a thing for just a short time with the FX movies, which were really popular back in the day, but never really became like a superstar. But Full Body Massage is awesome, and Mimi Rogers is hot as fuck in that movie. Cliff Booth, Cynthia Rothrock, yes. You know what I watched with Todd randomly? Both of them. The Fast Getaway movies with Leo Rossi, Corey Haim, and Cynthia Rothrock. Those were fun. Well, the second one was just okay. The first one's a lot of fun. And when people talk Corey Haim movies, they never mention Fast Getaway. That's a really cool, just fun road movie. And Cynthia Rothrock is fucking hot as hell in that. I wish she had a bigger run in American cinemas, but it just didn't quite happen for her. She should have been Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat, in my opinion. Yep, full body massage, Indie Phantom. You will definitely want to check that out. Yeah, the crocodile. I'm not. Yeah, even I was. There used to be like these compilation videos. I think they just called them like the Gauntlet or something. It's like you had to watch it all if you could make it through it, and it was like just fucked up internet videos in general. Some of them were like sexual, some of them were just gross out, like pimples being popped and like just and it just sort of escalated. That's why they called it the Gauntlet. And there was like some of that stuff on there. I was like, nah, I'm good. Between that and the cartel stuff, I'm like, I don't need that in my head. But yet I watched the most fucked up movies imaginable. So go figure. Maybe those were just a little too real. Another one we reviewed not too long ago, Don't Fuck in the Woods 2. You can go check out our review of that. There's some slight boobies on the back, so I won't show that. Another one we reviewed from Visual Vengeance, Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell. I hope they put out some more stuff soon. It feels like we're due. Cliff, Cynthia Rothrock's hawking nudes? That surprises me. I'm not saying I won't go look, but I don't. It seems very strange. She's popped up in a couple David Dakota, like really low budget things lately, and still looks great, man. And it's in great shape. Doesn't look dramatically different. Yeah, Chris, Fast Getaway. Check that out. It's an underrated movie. I forgot, or it's just aged well. Also on Blu-ray during, I believe, the full moon sale, I got Trancers 4 and Trancers 5 on Blu-ray. So well, there is Trancers 6, but that's kind of a clip movie anyways. So I'm not heartbroken if it doesn't come to Blu-ray, although I'm sure it will. We're moving along pretty fast here. Picked up another, I believe this one, Japanese action movie, Hydra, on Blu-ray. This was from either Hamilton Books or might have been, I think it was Hamilton Books, actually. Could be wrong on that. I can't remember them all. Shudder Blu-ray release of another, I believe, Chinese horror film, Mon Monsters. This is another one. It's probably like 4 or 5 years ago on Shudder. It's been a minute. We reviewed these during our Oscar shows, The Fabelmans, which I enjoyed quite a bit, and also should have probably been nominated for more Oscars. I really liked this Empire of Light. Olivia Colman's always good. I don't know why this one got snubbed. It's a really good movie. Another one you should check out, Hayden, Empire of Light. I think it would be one that you would dig. I need your updated information too, Hayden. I had your email and everything, and I'm not good about saving stuff, so I think I need it again. Also grabbed this film. Big fan of Tristan Risk, who most of you would probably know from American Mary and several other things as well. But this is, I believe, in probably a BDR, I believe, called Ayla. There's a little bit of ass crack on here, minor ass crack, so I'll cover it up. Another one, if you want to see Tristan Risk, can Mr. Skin. This one, D. Wallace is also in this. It sounded right up my alley. It seemed like a interesting kind of it's kind of pitched as kind of a kinky horror, art house horror. So I do want to check that out soon. I don't remember this movie being very good, but it was like a buy two, get one free, and I just had everything else. So I picked up Taking Lives with Angelina Jolie. I know, I think Kiefer Sutherland might have been the villain in this. I don't remember exactly. I know he's in it, or it might have been Ethan Hawke. I can't remember which one is the villain. I don't remember it being anything to write home about, but it's been a long time, so who knows? I don't know if there's any fans of that one out there in the chat, but let's see. All right. See if I missed anything. Yeah, crocodile is like a drug that literally makes your skin fall off. It's pretty fucked up. Big T agrees she would have been great in Mortal Kombat. Cynthia Rothrock should have been, and Jean-Claude Van Damme should have been Johnny Cage. Cliff Booth, not nudes, just sexy type pics. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen some 8x10s from her. I know she's done like sort of lingerie type stuff. Chris, they hinted at Replicator on their Instagram. That was a while ago. I have Replicator on DVD. May have to hawk that one. Yeah, Hayden, hit me up like on a DM on Twitter if you're still on. You used to change your name a lot, so I don't know if I just lost track of you that way, but yeah, shoot me your info for sure. You can do it on Twitter or wherever. I might still have it somewhere. I just haven't been able to find it. Let's see. Moving on from Sloppy Seconds. I have some of these on DVD, and they're very rare on DVD. But they have the entire collection of the softcore Busty Cops films, the 5-film collection. These are musts, and it's a clean back cover. It has all of them, which is very cool. Like, kudos to Sloppy Seconds. You can get a lot of stuff on their website. They have the entire Beavis and Butthead, except for the new streaming stuff, but they have the entire run of Beavis and Butthead on Blu-ray with the music videos, which makes that very desirable. And I do hope to grab that soon. They have a bunch of stuff. They have Dark Room with James Coburn up there. I think that's DVD. A lot of rare TV shows and stuff that you just can't get now. So this was waiting for me when I came home. I forgot I ordered it, but I kept it because it looks interesting enough. Baby Ruby. I don't know if anybody's watched it yet from Magnet. I know it has Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. Kind of looks like no Rosemary's Baby or what, but evil baby flick. It's got some critical acclaim, so should hopefully be a solid little movie. Another one, while I was in LA, forgot I pre-ordered. I don't know anything about it, but it's a new movie called Forest of Death. It was cheap, so give it a whirl. Little indie horror film. This one I am excited about. Really excited about this one. And Lauren, you're probably asleep by now, but I know he's probably also a fan of it. Calamity of Snakes from Unearthed Films. This is a wild film, a little bit notorious because, you know, of the time, you know, real snakes, and if you're a snake lover, it might be a rough one to watch for you, but it is an absolutely insane film. one to maybe double up with Cannibal Holocaust. This is a classic film from Sion Sono, and one that I'm very fond of. Suicide Club. Pretty popular movie. This company, Discotheque Media, also put out Uzumaki on Blu-ray just recently as well. They're putting out some stuff that there's a lot of great Asian horror that's not on Blu-ray here in the US, and this is definitely one that I'm happy to see is getting some love. I believe I haven't popped this in yet. I don't believe it's much in terms of extras, but it is remastered, and a lot more that we should be getting. We are getting, it was out overseas and it's been pricey for a long time, but Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead is coming to Blu-ray. It's being reissued. Well, not reissued, but it's making its North American Blu-ray debut. The pre-orders on Amazon right now. And everybody, any fan of great cinema should see Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead. Hayden, get on that one as well. I haven't recommended movies to you in a long time, so you need to see Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead. Let's see here. Just checking the chat. Chris says Sloppy Seconds has a trilogy of Lifetime movies with Eric Roberts called Stalked by My Doctor that seems really bad. I might get it. I saw that too. I think I might pass on that, but Ron Jeremy, hope to run into you at the next XPW in Cali. I'm hoping to be at XPW Genocide. That's like the plan right now. I will be back in California this year, though. I'm determined to get back there. I wish I could just be at every fucking show because XPW is killing it right now. And I will look for you, man. I will look for, maybe we actually joked there was a guy in the crowd that looked a lot like Ron Jeremy. So maybe that's you. Maybe that's you. Yes, Vice Academy is primo, Chris. Yeah, I was half tempted to get that Stalked by My Doctor thing because I was like, why are you putting that on on Blu-ray? There must be a reason, so maybe I'll check it out. You can actually cast Eric Roberts for like $2,000 if he doesn't have to leave his house. So like if you watch a lot of like shitty low budget movies that have Eric Roberts in it, you'll notice a lot of times it'll be like either like poolside at, I believe, what is his actual house, or like some like little office thing that's probably the local library near his house, where he'll just be like on the phone, like the dad of some character, or the president. It's pretty funny. He gives no fucks. I'm pretty sure if you meet his rate, he will just be in a porno with you. So I don't know. Maybe we'll cast him for my movie. All right. Next up, I have a film detective release of Frankenstein's Daughter on Blu-ray. I think I might have grabbed this at FYE and probably paid too much, but I was like, okay, well, they have something. And I know FYE, I think, is pretty much discontinuing physical media now. They're kind of officially the pop vinyl snack store. Sad to see it go, but it's been obvious it's been coming for a while. I also got the Claude Rains Phantom of the Opera, kind of an upgrade from DVD. What else we got here? A thriller with Gina Gershon and Robert Patrick, which sold me. Act of Vengeance. I'm not going to show the back cover on some of these. Rest in peace, Tom Sizemore. This is a good cast. It's a World War II action film in the company of heroes. It's got Tom Sizemore, Vinnie Jones, Jurgen Prochnow from Das Boot and Neil McDonough. Yeah. And Vinnie Jones. I don't know if I said Vinnie Jones. Tom Sizemore was a really cool dude. Actually talked to my nephew for a while at Chiller Theater. I know he had a reputation and he had a lot of demons, obviously, but I'll never forget that. He's cool to my nephew and wasn't even like planning to get an autograph. I do actually have a Saving Private Ryan autograph from him just because he was so cool with my nephew. And this looks, I mean, it's obviously not a huge budget thing, but there were some people that had some good things to say about it. So I'll check him out in that one. Another one that I don't know if this was a wide theatrical release. I'm not sure, but Shia LaBeouf and Gary Oldman, Man Down, another war movie that I think I picked this up for cheap at Second and Charles. All right. We're chugging along here. Determined. It definitely won't be as long as the last one, but I do still have stuff. Let's show off a big one now since it's been a minute. I got this from, let's check the chat real quick first. Ben Grimm, also a fan of the Vice Academy series. Okay, just talking Lifetime movies. I got excuse me, I'm on the wrong tab. The Full Moon Features Legacy Collection Volume 1. I had a few things in here, but it was on sale. And when I kind of did the math on it, I was like, okay, it makes sense to grab it this time. This is limited to 2,000. It's got Charles Band's autograph there, of course. And there's, at least as of now, a lot of movies exclusive to this set. I can't remember what all of them were, but this one has Last Foxtrot in Burbank, Mansion of the Doomed, Crash, Cinderella, not that Cinderella, obviously, End of the World, Auditions, which I know was exclusive to this for now, Fairy Tales with Linnea Quigley, Laser Blast, Tourist Trap, The Day Time Ended, and another exclusive to the box set, The Best of Sex and Violence. So, like I said, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to get volume 2. It'll just depend if it kind of makes financial sense to do it. But I sold, I think, a few of the ones I didn't have. And really, at the end of the day, this pretty cool looking box set didn't end up costing me all that much. So, happy to grab that. I have a very tiny stack of DVDs I'll go through really quick. This was a Walmart pickup, Andromeda, sci-fi action flick there. And I showed off some of the Skin Max DVDs. I couldn't remember what the last two ones were that came out, so I'll just show them all off because why not? Double features, Sexual Impulse and Sexual Roulette. I don't think there's any nudity on these, but just checking to be extra careful. Also, Julie Strain. There's a little bit of ass crack here. So, Midnight Confessions and Private Obsession there. I think that one might have been one of the newer ones. Also, Illicit Dreams with the erotic thriller legends Andrew Stevens and Shannon Tweed, and Indecent Behavior 4 with Shannon Tweed. Got that one as well. Like I said, I know some of these I've shown off before, but I couldn't remember which ones. Test Tube Teens from the year 2000 and Rebecca's Secret. There. And last but not least, we have Lap Dancer and Bare Exposure, which this one I'm pretty sure was one of the most recent ones to come out. I hope they keep putting these out. I know some people were like, oh, I want them on Blu-ray, but honestly, I'm happy to get some of these great erotic thrillers on DVD. Works for me. And the price is right for the doubles. Chris, I did watch a Lifetime kind of slasher thriller with Nana Visitor called like Killer Granny or something. I'm a Deep Space Nine fan, so that was the last one I watched, and I think it was okay. I get it. They have their own kind of campy charm, so I'm not hating on that. But all right. From excuse me. I got the Area 51 incident, another Walmart impulse buy. I also got this set of fantasy movies, some classic and a couple newer ones. 1001 Nights, the story of Aladdin. This I got at like Dollar Tree, 50 cents. Why not? Another Walmart impulse buy, Dinosaur Hotel, The Next Level. I believe the third one is already made as well. So, also from the director of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, a disaster movie, Firenado. It's not actually the first disaster movie to use this concept as well. There's like Ice Twisters. Yeah. This is a Thai creature feature. Actually, I believe it's Thai. Yes. Thai creature feature, The Beast Below. Looks actually promising. I'm curious if Kruger's watched this one yet. Have to ask him. And another Walmart impulse buy, Alien Invasion. A lot of Alien movies out right now. A lot of Alien knockoff movies right now. The back cover looks interesting on that one. This actually, I think, came up. I was talking to Jay a while back. He was unfamiliar with it, but this was a New York late night cable favorite, Best of Midnight Blue, which so many different people on here. The Gilbert Godfrey interviews are really funny. I mean, you can kind of see listed there a lot of classic adult film stars. They have these DVDs separate that you can get from Blue Underground, but this is the set that has everything. And if you don't have them and are interested in this, you might as well pick up this set. There's, one disc focuses on the 80s. Era of adult films. There's a celebrities edition, the Deep Throat special edition. There's adult film stars of the 70s. But I do recommend this if you're a fan of the golden era of adult film. Another one that I got. It's not a great set, but it's a cheap way to own the whole series. Dead Zone, the TV series with Anthony Michael Hall, which Todd's a big fan of. I watched like the first season or so, and I dropped off for whatever reason. I don't know. I didn't dislike it. I just kind of, yeah. Let's check out the chat. The Master of All Movies Presswood DVD Collector. Yes, I'm sub to your channel. Definitely, if you're not, go give that channel a like and subscribe. Yeah, Private Obsession's a good one, Indy. Yeah, Sarah, I am aware of you, and I am sub to your channel. You guys should show Sarah Prestwood some love and check out her content. So this is one of the last in softcore late night TV. Really one of the very last ones that they put out. This is kind of a softcore sci-fi series called Forbidden Science, which I was kind of shocked to see on DVD. This is one of, I talk a lot about it. I mean, there's some stuff like this that I don't know where the home for it is like 20 years from now. A lot of this stuff is going to be very hard to see. and this has all 13 episodes. And I believe I don't know if there's any extras on it, but yeah, really one of the last softcore shows that was produced. So I was stoked to get that on DVD. And also got the second season of Femme Fatales, another not really softcore, but a little more spicy late night show. I mean, there's a lot of mainstream actors that pop up in these. Robert Picardo, Steve Railsback. It's kind of a sexy, noirish show, noirish action show. It's kind of like inspired by like classic pulp stories and what have you. I know Vivica A. Fox, Casper Van Dien, several other episodes with some notable names in this. Eric Roberts, we're talking about before, Jeff Fahey, another Mr. Skin favorite. All right, we're chugging along here. Another Shudder Blu-ray, Random Acts of Violence. We reviewed that one a while back. Probably a couple years ago now. Blast through some more sets. So I'm a huge Umberto Lenzi fan, and I'm a big fan of Italian police crime flicks. And this is a set that I had to own, the Violent Streets box set, which focuses on some Umberto Lenzi and Tomas Milian collaborations. All of these movies, in my opinion, are fucking awesome. Almost Human, Syndicate Sadists, Free Hand for a Tough Cop, The Cynic, The Rat and the Fist, and Brothers Till We Die. I pretty much have every Severin box set. Actually, I do, or I will at least when the Black Emmanuel set comes in. Need to dive into this though. I told Todd, I'm like, even if some of these box sets are a little bit older, we might do them anyways. It might just be more of a movie review rather than the box sets. Because I have a few like that one actually that are unopened yet, and spend too much money not to watch those movies. I have seen those movies before. They're all great, and I highly recommend that set for classic action crime fans. In fact, I have another thing somewhere in that vein that'll pop up here in a moment, probably. That's very cool, Sarah. Cliff Booth. Oh, you haven't watched Almost Human. Yeah, you need to get on that. Awesome, Sarah. Yeah, showing off a lot of different stuff tonight, so there's something for everybody. Another unearthed release of a Todd Sheets film, House of Forbidden Secrets, which I think we might have covered before we got into the YouTube era, possibly Todd and I. A lot of these are that came out as part of the 8 films, the After Dark Horror Fest 8 Films to Die For. Got the Tiffany Shepis, Rolf Konevsky film Nightmare Man, which is a lot of fun. They do, I know Ronin Flicks does also have The Hazing coming to Blu-ray at some point, which is a day one purchase. And you can see Tiffany on the back looking hot as ever in this one. Also picked up, thank God he didn't go out with Dracula 3D, Dark Glasses, the Dario Argento flick. And I won't open this one up because there's a whole video on it, but I mentioned it before. The Cult Cinemacabre Cult Classic Horror Collection. You can see a whole unboxing video on this with reviews of every film from Make Flicks. So yeah, check that out. Another really cool box too. Stuff that you would never really expect on Blu-ray not too long ago. And all right, I got to cover up tits on this one, but I got Don't Open Till Christmas on Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome, so I'm all set to watch that when Christmas comes around. I didn't get it in time this year, but that's okay. My plate was pretty full with reviews, so it's all good. Yeah, Ben, Grave Dancers is coming from Synapse soon on 4K, I believe. Oh, and shout out Big Crack Rock if I missed you. Tried to say hi to everybody. Big Crack Rock avoiding Severin. Yeah, that Violent Street set though, man, that is a must. Sarah's got a cool Blu-ray collection with steel books and Arrow Kino releases. Yeah, definitely check out Sarah's channel and show her some love. So this was a website exclusive from Scream Factory, the Dance with Death and Dance of the Damned double feature. So cool seeing this Roger Corman stuff come out on Blu-ray. I need to get actually very soon the Future Kick Crime Zone double feature Blu-ray, and for that matter, I've got to get the Blood Fist and Black Belt Don the Dragon Wilson Blu-rays off there too before they go out of print. They're a little pricey, unfortunately, but worth it. They've got some good blaxploitation up there as well. Yeah, don't sleep on that stuff because once it's gone, it's going to be a nightmare to get a hold of it. And these are all kind of like, these two movies are like kind of sort of remakes or retoolings of Strip to Kill, I believe, if I remember right. Look forward to checking that out. This is a series of hour-long TV movies or short movies, and this actually has the last thing that Mario Bava worked on, The Devil's Game. This is also from Severin, and this was a day one purchase. I've said it before. Lamberto Bava has one of the 6 hour-long movies on this as well, and yeah, a must for fans of rare Italian horror there as well. Another thing like you just wouldn't have expected on Blu-ray. And got a pile of Severin stuff here. Got some more action stuff here. Oh, there you are.
I dropped in 2 hours. How you doing, Dan?
I have 2 rows left after these last few things. So yeah, we're gonna be out of here before 3 hours, Todd.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna disappear and come back again.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet. And sorry if I haven't been watching messages, but I will message you.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello, y'all.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I thought maybe I missed it. I just realized.
No. I just decided to pop in, check in. I know I always slow down the pace because I have too much of a conversation with you, and it will stretch it out extra couple hours.
Yes, but I'm going to win that bet because it's not going to be 3 hours.
So I'm going to dip out and let you run through them. All right.
Sweet.
Let me know when you're close to the end.
That's cool. Go eat your box, Todd. All right. Moving on. Did I already intro these? I don't know. Some classic, fun, in my opinion, classic. Not everybody would agree, but B-movie classic action movies here from Severin. We got Born to Fight. These were all part of a package a few months or so ago. And we've got Double Target. Trying to get it to focus the best I can, but hopefully you can see. And Cop Game. There you go. Great cover art and a safe bet for fans of B-movie action flicks from the 80s. And final 2 rows after this, guys. I got this literally like the day I left for LA. It's been out a little bit, but I got the House of Psychotic Women collection. which has some rare films. I picked this one up for I Like Bats and Footprints, but it also has Identikit and The Other Side of the Underneath there. They never disappoint with these sets, and they're putting them out so much. It's expensive, but I'm a sucker for a box set. This isn't really all horror necessarily, so you can zoom there. You can kind of check some of it out, but they're all very interesting movies, and I am happy to add this to the collection. And there is also a book, House of Psychotic Women, that came with the special package on this, which I didn't get, but you can also still, I believe you can still get that one on Amazon. It's not a cheap book or anything, but it's still available if you decide you want it. Check the chat, and then we'll start rolling through the rest of this. Fuck you, Todd. Let's see. Indy can watch Christmas horror anytime. Okay. Let's see. Ben, almost 1K subs. Todd promised a 12-hour stream. Yeah, we'll try. We might need to bring on some special guests to make a 12-hour work, but yeah. Sarah's been collecting for 18 years. That's awesome. I've been collecting physical media almost my entire life. Since I was like a little kid. I had a big VHS collection. I would have said huge at the time, but it pales in comparison to like my DVD, Blu-ray, 4K collection because well, just because of the obvious, but yeah, I'd say, God, I probably had maybe 15% on VHS what I have on disc. I did not jump on the Laserdisc train back in the day. Those were just a little too expensive at the time, and I was still a kid. But I know there's a lot of Laserdisc collectors that listen to the show. We got Christian out there, Planet CHH. I know he's a big Laserdisc guy. Todd's a big Laserdisc guy. I never collected Laserdiscs, but those are good to get signed, though. Yeah, Indy, it's a set that I think you'll enjoy. Barney asks if, and welcome, Barney. Do you still have your VHS collection? No. So, like, obviously, I still had it when I was collecting DVD, and the DVD collection just grew so fast that I had to liquidate VHS. And I swear I did it not even a year, like months before I realized, like, and I had big box. I had a hell of a VHS collection at that point. And it just, like, not that same year, I think that I liquidated it for, I mean, I gave some away to friends that were still, collecting. So, it is what it is. And I shudder to think, like, if I added up the big boxes, what they'd be worth now. But I did find some stray ones. I sold, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I sold like one VHS tape for like $250. A few others, I think around like 100 something. So luckily I still had a few tucked away that I made some money on, but man, I gave away a lot of that. It just, I don't know, at the time in my head, it's like, okay, VHS is dead. We're moving on now. And yeah. Indy, that book with the Black Emmanuel set you still get. So yeah. Indy collecting since 85. I was born in 86, so I haven't been collecting that long. You got me on that one. Happy belated birthday, Sarah. I'm glad to see you on here. You're always welcome. Yeah, Sarah's got a really fun channel where she shows off a lot of movies. So you guys should all check that out. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, I know laser rot was a thing for sure. All right. So final two rows so we can shut Todd up and get out of here before we hit the 3-hour mark. So this was kind of a mistake. I thought I was ordering the 4K on Amazon. I guess I still have to get it from Best Buy, but whatever. Got the Steelbook of Terrifier 2 on Blu-ray. Might have a copy of this to give away, maybe to the patrons at some point. We'll see. But a cool Steelbook. I know a lot of people have done videos on those, so I'm not going to linger too long. So as some of you know, I had a failed project that never really got off the ground, although I did some gnarly interviews for it. I was kind of doing a documentary on the BDSM community, particularly in small towns, and it didn't, it just getting releases, and there was a lot of issues, and that just kind of died before we really got going as far as filming. But although there's a few stray clips that I have, but yeah, this is kind of a BDSM classic, Tokyo Decadence from Unearthed Classics, one of the sub-labels of Unearthed Films. Great movie. A lot of people talk about 50 Shades of Grey. For my money, Tokyo Decadence, 9.5 weeks. And believe it or not, this is not the only BDSM filmed, BDSM themed movie that I have to show off. I think there's still a couple coming, but was happy to pick that up from Unearthed Films. Curious if Kruger got that one too. I know it's not really up his alley, but he's a big Unearthed Films fan, so who knows? Also got the Sergio Martino film Scorpion with Two Tails on Blu-ray from also from Full Moon. It's not a Full Moon movie, but put out the Blu-ray. What else do we have here? From Vinegar Syndrome, a late 90s, 1998, I believe, although I think we got it here in the States a little bit later. Biozombie. This is a fantastic movie. Great cover art. I'm so glad some of this primo Asian horror is getting love now, because there's still so. I mean, A Tale of Two Sisters, which was announced for Blu-ray years ago and it never came out. There's a lot of stuff we still need on Blu-ray. Biozombie is really good. Also from Mondo, Macabre picked up the haunted Turkish bath. I'm just sorry, I'm stalling because I'm checking for titties and some kind of partial titties, but I'm going to err on the side of caution. Haunted Turkish bathhouse. I pick up all the Mondo releases. I think I might be missing a couple Blu-rays, but I collect everything they put out. They're definitely one of my favorite labels. Todd showed off Dr. Caligari earlier, and I definitely want to review more of this. Like I said, our erotic thriller shows are insane. We have 2 erotic thriller shows that are on pace to clear 10,000 views, which is huge. That's so cool that there's that kind of enthusiasm out there for that. So we've kind of focused on erotic thrillers, but I definitely want to do some other stuff, some Asian erotic films, and we've got a lot coming your way with Flesh Wound After Dark, so stay tuned. I want to do more Jess Franco too. There's an IFC Midnight Scream Factory title, What Keeps You Alive, on Blu-ray, which is a lesbian themed horror film. Kind of a thriller, more of a thriller. I know the Lovecraft E-Zine podcast did a good review of What Keeps You Alive out there at some point. Also from the Full Moon sale, The Resonator, Miskatonic You can go back. This is one Kruger's very fond of, and I am as well. Kind of good to watch it all at once, though. I don't like watching it in the short spurts, so you can watch it all at once on Blu-ray if you haven't. A couple cheap pickups at Second and Charles from Shudder. No, wait, was this a Shudder one? No, this is an IFC Midnight one. I'm sorry. The Djinn, not the last Toby Hooper movie, unfortunately, which was awful. We have a review of The Djinn somewhere. And sadly, I think the Toby Hooper one as well. It's so sad that he went out on that. That was such a bad movie. Stay Out of the Attic. The original title, I believe, was Stay Out of the Fucking Attic. That's a Shudder original. Kind of fun, kind of a little bit more of a B movie, but with like really cool concept. I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's kind of got a World War II. It's modern day, but it's kind of got a World War II twist to it. I liked it. Kind of a fun little B movie. Some really good makeup effects in that one. Checking here. Yes, Indy, Tokyo Decadence is a great movie. Sarah owns Terrifier 2 as well. Ben, you got the Steelbook. I know they had 3 versions. Steelbook with Walmart, 4K at Best Buy, and the special slip with Amazon. So I didn't see the Steelbook at Walmart. I saw the regular Blu-ray at Walmart. I know Best Buy has the 4K. I don't know. I mean, I love the movie. I probably will get the 4K at some point. I thought I was getting it there. Now it's like, but we'll see. We might give away one of the copies. I'll see which one I like the most, and probably get the 4K anyway. So another Severin release of an early Mel Gibson film, Attack Force Z, which is an one that they cover, of course, on the great Not Quite Hollywood documentary, which is one of my all-time favorite docs. And Tim Burstall directed. Another one I think I probably got this along with the Lenzi box set. I don't remember, but I do need to pop that in. We have a review of this one, so won't waste a lot of time, but I got Dead Pit on 4K. I do have the original poster for that hanging near my Fangoria banner. Moving on, another, because I'm a big Aussie film fan in general, and this is from Brian Trenchard Smith and Umbrella Films, Death Cheaters. I don't know if anybody out there has checked that out. A lot of people have seen Stunt Rock, but Death Cheaters is one. This for some reason, this is another one that I got off eBay unusually cheap. I think it was like $8 or $9, which is not the normal price for this stuff, but for whatever reason, it was marked down from that seller a couple months back, whenever. So I jumped on it and I grabbed it. Also from Vinegar Syndrome, and there is a novelization out on Amazon of this film. It's not a great film, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's from William Malone, and animated boobs and ass are probably okay, but I'm still going to cover it up. At least on the back cover. The front cover's safe. Scared to Death. The film Sinjanor is like kind of listed as a sort of sequel to this. It's really not a great movie. I'm kind of surprised that the novelization's out there, but I know like Wishmaster, the novelization of that was reissued in a hardcover. Hellraiser Bloodline, the original script story is also out there. That one's also hardcover, and they've got Fright Nights has been reissued, a bunch of other stuff to check out for you guys. And I'm still going to get out in 3 hours, but I do have a few books to show, so I'm going to try and speed it up. Got Dragon Slayer on 4K. Really want to dive into this. It's another one of those arrivals right before I left for LA. Definitely a childhood staple. The recent Puppet Master film, Dr. Death, which I got from the Full Moon sale. I've been getting all of these sets. So obviously I'm a big exploitation fan, and I got the Doris Wishman Moonlight Years set from AGFA, and it's got a lot of classics on it. I mean, Bad Girls Go to Hell, Another Day, Another Man. If you kind of always went to Borders to pick up the latest Something Weird release like me, some of these films I knew about before I was able to see, and shout out Something Weird Video, they're still alive and well. Lisa is still running that company, and I highly recommend you support them. Also got the Dolph Lundgren Punisher film on Blu-ray from Umbrella Pictures. Right there. I know there's probably some fans of that in the chat. Also, so many great classic Shaw Brothers films coming out lately, and Arrow's just been doing an amazing job with these releases. And I got 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. Trying to make this, sorry if some of it's blurry, but hopefully you get a good idea of the movie at the very least. And 8 Diagram Pole Fighter is one of my favorites. It's kind of getting later day Shaw Brothers here. And Gordon Liu, of course, if you aren't familiar with his early work, of course, Kill Bill. And shout out to Cole if you're watching this. I know you buy a lot of the same stuff when it comes to Asian action films. Yeah, Andy, you should go back and watch Not Quite Hollywood. It's right up there with Lost Soul, the Richard Stanley Island of Dr. Moreau doc, and everything. Shout out Winter Steel. Welcome. Also picked up the Sony Shiba Executioner Collection, also from Arrow. This set's actually usually on sale. I mean, it's only a couple movies, but you can usually get this relatively cheap. And this was a must pick up as well from Arrow. Speeding it up, I don't really have a ton of books to show off or anything, but I brought them out. So this, in all honesty, I only got it on 4K because it was a sort of a special deal with Dead Pit. But Scream from 1981, the slasher film. A little annoyed that it doesn't come with the Blu-ray because it's like I don't want to have to own 2 copies of Scream in case, at some point 4K probably, when players start to go, they'll be harder to get a hold of versus Blu-ray. But this film's fine. It's not a great movie. It's not terrible either. I mean, 81, that was a primo year for slasher films, so I'm okay owning it, but I definitely wouldn't have bought it separate when I already own it. We reviewed this one, Christmas Bloody Christmas, on Blu-ray. You can go check that out from December, a review of that. Despite the price tag, I didn't pay this, but I believe this is from Argentina, I believe. Sorry if I'm wrong on the country, but On the Third Day, which I was told was a decent movie. I got this for like $6, $6 or $7. Don't remember if it was Second and Charles or what, but grab that one. You can find it easily on DVD. I think it might be a BDR. I'm not sure. So we had the filmmakers on for this one. If you haven't seen our interview, go back and check it out. These guys are great. The Retaliators, I got that on Blu-ray. This is a really, really cool movie. And I should say we had the Gear Brothers on. Yeah, the writers of this film. Go check out the interview. They're super cool. I hope they start up their own podcast. I have to have Todd message them because they seem to be interested in starting something up, and they look really cool. This is another BDSM themed film. It's a science fiction movie that it's one of those weird ones because I hate to like recommend it to people, but it is definitely different. It's from Scooter McCrae, 16 Tongues. He is the director that made Shatter Dead, which also Saturn's Core put that out also, and this is a Vinegar Syndrome sub-label release, Saturn's Core. And this is a kinky little movie. It's kind of a cyberpunk, no budget cyberpunk BDSM themed flick that's really crazy and worth checking out if that sort of thing interests you. What else do we have here? We reviewed it. Going to start going through some of these faster. Glorious. Check it out. One of Kruger's favorites from last year. We've got, this is a crazy one from AGFA, Attack of the Beast Creatures. I know the slip sold out pretty fast on this one too. Check out the trailer to Attack of the Beast Creatures, and you'll probably know right away if it's for you. Yeah. AGFA has put out some really cool stuff too. They're another label I have to put over. Another Shudder release, Slashback. Right there. Another Arrow TV horror movie release, Initiation of Sarah. I still have to get, I have brought that double feature of Brotherhood of Satan, which is a personal favorite of mine, but I have to get the Arrow release of that as well. I keep forgetting to pick it up. Almost through, and we'll have one more row and some quick books to show off. Le Grand Bouffe. This is a wild movie. Kind of a gross movie. I guess you classify it as a dark comedy. It's actually also an early Arrow Blu-ray release, or at least US Blu-ray release. It's an Italian film. Also one I slept on because I was like, man, I'm not seeing this on my shelf, and I thought I bought it a long time ago. But a Pug's Dread favorite, Compliance, and this is, believe it or not, based on a true story. I highly recommend you check this film out. It's almost hard to believe that it's based on a true story, but it's not a bullshit based on a true story. It actually is, and it's a pretty wild, disturbing little movie. And I'm running out of places to put Blu-rays, but I'm managing okay. From Makeflix, the Jim Wynorski Hills Have Thighs. This is it's exactly what you think it is. It's a softcore version of The Hills Have Eyes, and I just recently picked that up from Makeflix. Check the chat after I get through this set. Grab the 4K Blue Underground release of A Quiet Days and Cliche. Kind of a kinky early, what was the year on this one? I want to say 68? No, 1970. Well, that's close. Got that on 4K. Also a good deal from one of the sales. I can't remember. Another BDSM film, probably going to be on 4K too from Blue Underground. They're putting like their whole catalog on 4K, but Going Under. Yes. This one's not really like heavy, like on like nudity or anything, but it is another BDSM themed film. Also Mexican horror. A lot of Santo films coming out lately, and I got the VCI Santo set. Vinegar Syndrome's been putting out stuff as well. Very happy to own these on Blu-ray. I think I showed the Aztec Mummy collection earlier in the show. Hopefully we'll get to do a review on this at some point. I know a lot of people have, so we didn't rush it, but got The Haunting of Julia on 4K. So I'm very excited to dive into this one. I've seen it before, but I mean to finally see it in a proper version is going to be nice. And I mentioned Joe Zazzo earlier. This is another Saturn's Core release. I believe it's a horror anthology, if I remember right. Guilty Pleasures, another Vinegar Syndrome sub-label release. Actually, kind of cool. I know Joe's got a commentary on this, and I'm sure they'll probably be putting out some of his other work, which is cool. I'm happy for him. Another from the French extreme wave, predating Martyrs and Inside, but a really disturbing, awesome movie, Calvaire. Is it Yellow Veil that put this one out? Yeah, Yellow Veil Pictures, another Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. This is not for everybody, but it is a great film. Also, I might have had a Vinegar Syndrome unboxing, so I'm going to speed through some of this. But Pandora's Mirror, another erotic, golden era adult film from Sean Costello. This one is a Doris Wishman double feature, not on any of the AGFA sets. Come With Me, My Love, and Satan Was a Lady. And another one, this is a Carter Stevens double feature, Roller Babies and Mount of Venus, from Vinegar Syndrome's Peakorama label. And let's see here. Also, website exclusive. I don't know how fast this will sell out. Some of them are selling out slower, although Space Truckers sold out relatively quick. But this is the Wheels of Fire and Raiders of the Sun double feature from Roger Corman, from director Sirio Santiago, from Roger Corman's New Horizons studio. You don't want to wait forever on these because these will eventually sell out. There's only so many, but they're selling out a little slower. So a trio of After Dark titles that we might review: Ecstasy, Black Venus, and Melody of Passion. This is the three Between the Sheets Severin collection. And nothing too bad, but I'm not going to show the back. Tired of covering stuff up. All right, we're on our last row. We're going to try and move fast. But from Culture Shock, a Vinegar Syndrome sub-label, Death Magic. I got these. Some of these sometimes you can get cheaper on eBay. If you're really patient, from Blow It Out of Here and Deep Discount, sometimes you can actually get it for a couple bucks cheaper if you're lucky and catch it in time. So got Death Magic. Also picked up one that I remember hearing about back in the day and was obsessed with finding it because of the title. And this is Damselvis, Daughter of Helvis. Yeah. Who would have thought on Blu-ray? Looking forward to diving into this one. This feels like one I should watch as part of Corey's midnight movie shows. Let's check the chat here. Oh, that's awesome, Sarah. You should definitely make a list. I'm trying to do the HATMAN'S a little bit more. Yes, Chris, Little Rubber Monsters, if you're talking about Attack of the Beast creatures. Ben, I think you'll like that one. Yeah, it's if you watch the trailer and it looks like you'll like it, it's a safe bet. It's a safe bet. So I'll keep going here so I don't hit the 3 hour. Hopefully bow out before the 3 hour mark. It's going to be close. Probably one. This is a Kino release with Code Red. Rest in peace, Bill. Made in Sweden, which, of course, yeah. I think any fans of retro erotica know this one. There. Keep moving. Also a Vinegar Syndrome sub-label, VHS Shitfest. We got Satan's Menagerie. This one's a little bit newer. I think this is actually like from 2000s. No, I actually shot in 95, but it like came out on DVD in like 2000 something, 2001 or something. And now on Blu-ray. Another one, I don't know if you're watching, Corey, or if you'll be watching at some point, but some of those might be ones you might want to do for midnight movies. I think I have should have one. I might have already shown it, but like a regional film from Kentucky called Blood Hunter. If I showed it, I may not have said that, but that looks awful, but perfect for midnight movies. Let's see. All right, another Arrow release. A Nico Mastrakis film, .com for Murder from the early 2000s, with Natasha Kinski. And who else was in this one? There's a few names in this. Roger Daltrey, I think, was also in this, if I'm not mistaken. Nicolette Sheridan. Like I said, a lot of this early 2000s stuff is coming to Blu-ray. We did a whole review on this. I'm just showing it fast. This set here, which made in Hong Kong, Volume 1, which has Demon's Baby, Erotic Nightmare, and Demon Camp. You can check out our reviews of that set. Also, an essential, Stuart Gordon's From Beyond on Blu-ray. What a beautiful fucking... Or not on Blu-ray, I'm sorry, 4K. Another beautiful fucking edition of this. Yeah. And we've got another one I think I might have unboxed, the Infernal Todd there, which we do have to do a review on still, Todd, if you're watching this. Invisible Maniac, also on 4K. Who would have thought it? A lot of people have done videos on those, so I'm just going a little faster. Sister on Blu-ray, which I got. I think this might have been one of those $10 Vinegar Syndrome deals, and I was like, shit, I haven't bought that yet, so was happy to get it a little bit cheaper. This is a really good movie. Actually, really, really good. It's a Filipino film, kind of a horror drama, and it's called Ode to Nothing. Not the best cover art, or not, does a slip, doesn't give a lot away. I want to review this. I really do. There's probably not a whole lot of reviews out there for it, but it's a really good movie. Kind of a sad, like I said, leans a little bit more drama, so it's not for everybody, but yeah, drama with horror overtones. Another one, this came out a while ago, and for some reason, it was just one of those few Vinegar Syndrome releases I didn't get, or they didn't send me to review for whatever reason back in the day. Killer's Delight. And got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K Steelbook. Lots of videos out there on that, so I won't run that down. Another $10 Vinegar Syndrome label release, Blood on Her Name. This is a really good little movie. Actually, one of the better pickups from those $10 deals that they had. If you haven't checked that one out. Got the 4K double feature of Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. In this community, probably most everybody picked this up. Very excited. Wish we had 3, but what are you going to do? In 4K, I should say. Also a fan of this one. Blood Delirium. We're due a Vinegar Syndrome show at some point. That's a nasty little movie. Also, the Blu-ray was great, but it's Night of the Living Dead. I had to upgrade this one to 4K. It's a moderate improvement, but it's Night of the Living Dead. I haven't popped it in yet. I was kind of like, it's always a good time to watch this, but I'd like to hold off and watch it during Halloween. It is the best, in my opinion, of the Dead trilogy because it's the most timeless of all of them. Although there was a point in my life where I would have said Dawn, which there's a lot of shitting on Dawn. Region Free is coming back on May 13th, and I might just have to have a bone to pick with Lauren over his hate of Dawn of the Dead because we can't be having that. Also from AGFA, which this one's a double feature of The Monster of Camp Sunshine and Honeymoon of Terror. This one was another $10 one. Not that I wouldn't have paid full price, but it was nice to get it for $10. So sometimes it pays to wait, I guess. Got the Changeling on 4K, essential. And got from MakeFlix, Robot Ninja, not essential, but who am I kidding? I was going to grab it on Blu-ray. We're almost to the end, guys. We're getting close. I'm kidding. That's going to be a little over 3 hours, though, but not. We're getting very close. I did get this because it was on sale. I waited. I didn't get to watch it last July, but now I will have Uncle Sam on 4K to watch on the 4th of July. Everybody does. Everybody kind of does a watch along with this, but I don't know. Fuck it. I might do it just for the hell of it if you guys want it. And we've got, oh, here's what I was talking about. This is a no budget. If you look at the trailer, it looks so bad, but 1996 Kentucky made film called Blood Hunter. Was this? Yeah, VHS Shitfest. Yeah, this looks like a very special movie that another one that if Corey gets a hold of it at some point, maybe makes sense as a midnight movie. It looks bad. Not sure where in Kentucky this one was shot, but I'll look into it. I've got to pop that in. Another website exclusive, The Warrior and the Sorceress with David Carradine. This is exclusive to the Shout Factory website. This has been out a little bit now, so I don't know how fast these will sell out, but it will eventually. So if it's one you really want, you may not want to wait forever. What else do we got here? From Kino, Crimson Rivers with Gene Reno and Vincent Castle. Very excited to see this hit Blu-ray. I got that on the last Kino sale, I believe, if memory serves. DVD upgrade, believe it or not. I don't know why it took so long to get these on Blu-ray, but got the Lon Chaney Hunchback of Notre Dame from Kino. And also got the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera from Kino, so I was able to retire the old DVDs. And of course, these are essential classics that you have to have in your collection. I love this movie. It's, most would say, not a classic, but I got The Monster from Green Hell on Blu-ray. This is also a film detective release who've done an amazing job restoring some of this stuff. They don't get enough praise and they deserve it. Check the chat real quick. Sorry if I zone out on the chat too much. Shout out again, Jess Graham. And Kentucky represent Chris. Yeah, you should check out the trailer for Blood Hunter. Big T, you did not miss the books. That's going to main event. I'm going to be slightly over 3 hours, but not by much. So still going to count it a win. It wasn't 4 hours. So there's that. Let's see. What did I leave off on? Oh, this is a childhood favorite. I just love this movie. It's a John Agar film, The Brain from Planet Eros, also from Film Detective. Didn't really go on sale much. I finally got it a little cheaper, and I thought, all right. I always loved it when I was a kid. I think like the Sci-Fi Drive-In at Disney World sometimes plays a clip from this. I just love it. I don't know if everybody would consider it a sci-fi classic, but I don't know if I call it a classic, but I am a sucker for 50s sci-fi monster movies like this, and Brain from Planet Eros is a blast. Another DVD to Blu-ray upgrade. I got Night Tide with the Curtis Harrington film with Dennis Hopper from the Kino sale. Just one of those movies. I mean, I should have owned it a long time ago on Blu-ray, but just, figured it was always going to be here, and sometimes you get fucked when you have that philosophy. Double check here. So we talked about Italian crime films earlier. This is a Lucio Fulci film, Contraband. This is violent as shit. I mean, probably just about as gory as some of his horror films. Really nasty, fun little movie from that Cauldron put out on Blu-ray. I fucking love Contraband, man. This is one I've watched it before, obviously, but I popped it in not too long before I left for California, and I highly recommend Contraband if you haven't seen it. Probably a good one, even if you're a horror fan and haven't checked out his other stuff. Worth checking that one out. It's definitely gory as fuck. All right, almost done. Got 2 more handfuls. Everybody knows I'm a Paul Naschy fan, a diehard Paul Naschy fan, and I picked up The Werewolf and the Vampire Woman on 4K. I mean, the Waldemar Daninsky stuff from Paul Naschy is must own, and I'm really happy to see that this actually made it on 4K. I am a Paul Naschy mark. This was actually, I believe it was a USA original. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was USA. From 1989, it's a sci-fi action flick called High Desert Kill with Mark Singer, and Chuck Connors was in this one. I remember it being a decent little TV movie, so I was thought it was pretty cool to see it on Blu-ray. I think there's some reviews. I think somebody did a review for that. This is from Culture Shock, another Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. I got the American Scream, which is a slasher parody film. Saw it forever ago, and I don't even really remember what I thought of it, to be honest. So it'll be like watching it for the first time, essentially. From Wave Productions, and this is a Saturn's Core release. They have that great documentary out on Wave as well, but got Dead North right there. Hopefully it's focusing somewhat. If you're a fan of SOV stuff, you probably have to be a diehard fan of SOV stuff to enjoy a lot of the Wave stuff, if I'm being brutally honest. But yeah, still, who would have ever thought on Blu-ray? Also, some classic Filipino action from New World Pictures. We got the Hot Box, which is also a website exclusive for Shout Factory on Blu-ray. Carmen Argenziano of Stargate SG-1 fame is actually in this. It's from 1972. If you're a fan of that era of Pam Grier's not in it, but this era of like the Pam Grier Filipino stuff, Sid Haig was in a lot of movies like this. Yeah, very happy to pick this one up. This is a really wild, and I think it's going out of print, or somebody told me it might be, Takashi Miike film, Happiness of the Katakurus. Really trippy, wild shit. Another one probably would recommend to you, Hayden, if you're still watching. I don't know for sure on that, but somebody said they thought it was going out of print, so I grabbed it on Blu-ray. All right, we're down to the final 4. We got Freeway on 4K, which you've all seen. Freeway, I'm sure that's a classic film. I still need to get Freeway 2 on 4K. I have it on Blu-ray, but I'll probably upgrade it. Also from Blue Underground, I got God Told Me To on 4K. They do a good job on all of their releases. And yeah, they seem to slowly be going through their catalog. And the final 2 from Jess Franco on 4K, so I'm kind of obligated because I'm a Franco completist. Marquis de Sade's Justine, which Piz actually reviewed these. You can check out his reviews on the 4K if you like. And Eugenie, or Philosophy in the Boudoir, also. And that concludes the movies. Check the chat. I'm going to say I ended this in less than 3 hours if you count the movies. So I think Todd can go fuck himself. Let's see. Checking out the chat. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Sarah. Enjoyed having you here. Cliff Booth, I stood up and cheered at the end of Dawn of the Dead, and I was by myself. Let's see. Yes, check out Sarah's channel once again. Andy Phantom, a fan of Invisible Maniac. And Big T, no, you did not miss the books. So I'll run these down relatively fast. There's more books I've bought. I need to be better about writing them down. But I'm pretty sure I'm not showing off doubles. So here we go. So if you're a fan of extreme horror, and this is actually a collection of short stories, Judith Sonnet. She's a friend of mine on Twitter. I don't know her. I don't know Judith personally, but they do have some amazing fucked up stories out there. Judith put out one called "No One Rides for Free," which has some of the most vile assault scenes you have ever. It's a short story. You'll go right through it, but yeah, trigger warnings for everything with Judith's work. They are just, oh my God, fucked up. Doesn't even begin to describe it. Judith also has a book out called Hell, which is like an homage to like old school Italian horror films. Yeah, check out Judith's work. I'm a fan, and this is probably didn't show it yet. Toxic. If you like fucked up, I think Judith's written there's a couple non-extreme horror things out there from Judith, but for the most part, yeah, extreme horror. And No One Rides for Free was the last thing I read. Oh my God, like some of that shit will make you puke. And I mean that in a good way. Many of you might have seen the movie adaptation of this. I had the paperback and I finally found the hardback for a decent price. Jack Ketchum's Red. This is not a horror novel per se, but it's really, really good. The movie starred Brian Cox. Tom Sizemore plays a great asshole in that. And I think Robert Englund was actually in it. That could use a Blu-ray from somebody. Jack Ketchum was such a fantastic writer. Rest in peace. Most people know Ketchum from The Girl Next Door, of course, and The Lost. But I do really like Red a lot. It's just, yeah. Let's check the chat again. Yeah, Sarah, I'm glad I could help you with making a list. That's why I really enjoy doing these updates. A lot of YouTube content I watch, BookTube content especially. It's been so helpful discovering some of these offers. I don't know what podcast it was, but I discovered Judith Sonnet on some podcast. I can't even remember now, but I've been a fan ever since. This is a hell of a read. This is Swedish Cults by Anders Fager. It's a collection of stories of Scandinavian horror stories. And yeah, Valancourt put out the hardcover of this. I recommend it. I haven't finished it yet, but what I've read so far, yeah, it's my kind of book. He's a Swedish writer, and it's if you like Lovecraftian type stuff, it is really, really good. This one gets a high recommendation from me for you readers out there. It's not a cheap book usually, though, unfortunately, but check it out. I think there's a paperback too, though. Another one that I heard about, I want to say on the Lovecraft Easing podcast. It's a little pricey on Amazon right now, but hopefully it'll come down. Also from Valancourt Books, A Different Darkness and Other Abominations. It's from Italian writer Luigi Mussolino. And it has a foreword by Brian Evanson, who's a fantastic author if you haven't read Brian Evanson before. And this is, I believe it's a collection of 3 novellas. I just got this. I know it's been highly recommended by several podcasts, so I'm excited to check this one out. Probably actually be the next thing I read, most likely on my list. And this is a Hungarian writer. This is also from, I believe it was Valancourt. Yeah. And Steve Raznik-Tem, who Lauren has a really good interview with him. You have to go back a ways on his channel, Visited by Voices One. And this is The Black Maybe Liminal Tales by Attila Veris. Another one I was tipped off by the Lovecraft Easing podcast. There were a couple not as great reviews of this, but honestly, it sounds like it's right up my fucking alley. Some of the stories here. Trying my best to focus for those of you that want to like read the synopsis later, but I can't do that for everything. Hopefully give you a good enough idea. This just came in today. I'm a big fan of the author Michael Shea, who a lot of you, he wrote The Autopsy, which was adapted by Cabinet of Curiosities, the F. Murray Abraham episode, which I thought that was a great adaptation. But this is his novel. It's a Lovecraftian novel, Mr. Kennyharm. Still in the plastic. I just got that in today. Beautiful looking book. Obviously, I'm a big Lovecraft guy. There's all kinds of weird fiction on my shelves. Classic and new, a lot of pastiche stuff as well. Oh, I hope your mom recovers soon from that neck surgery. Yeah, Judith Sonnet, lots of trigger warnings from Judith Sonnet. The work is fucked up. But yeah. Oh, no one rides for free. That's a nasty little read. Indy's on an SOV kick. I kind of have been as well for a little while now. Cassandra Caws, she put out a book called Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which had mixed reviews. But she's actually a really good writer. Not for everybody, but I just got this at Barnes & Noble today. It's a novella, The Salt Grows Heavy, by Cassandra Caw. She just had an interview, I believe, I don't know if it was Brad Proctor's channel or Dead Headspace. I like both of those channels if you're into like horror booktube. But this is a mermaid-themed horror story. And it just came out. I just got this at Barnes & Noble. And it sounded really, really good. It's a short read. It's only a little over, I think it's 106 pages, so it's not a long read. And if you like novellas, check that out. I'll probably barrel through that fairly fast. Let's see. So this author, Leopoldo Gout, put out a book called Ghost Radio, I believe it was called, which I have back there on the shelf somewhere. And this is his new novel, Pinata. There have been a lot of, and this one I also just got from Barnes & Noble, so I haven't read it yet. But there's a lot of Mexican folklore-themed horror novels right now that are really in, ever since Mexican Gothic. And I have high hopes for this one. It looks like a lot of fun. And I think I remember liking Ghost Radio, so kind of excited. This is actually this is kind of unique. I mean, it's been done before, but kind of rare. This is like a book written as a found footage. It's written found footage style. It's about ghost hunters. Craig DeLuey, who's a very good author. Episode 13. This is a paperback, and another one I got at Barnes and Noble today. Craig DeLuey also has an interview on. I'll try and update it later. Dave Agranoff's BookTube channel on YouTube. If you scroll back, I'm sure Craig DeLuey. If you just search for the author, you'll find an interview with them. Really good author, been around a long time. Also, I have these. I'm a big Algernon Blackwood guy again. The Willows, Lovecraft considered that the best work of weird fiction that was ever made, ever written in his lifetime. And they had a beautiful new edition, Ancient Sorceries. Actually, this was Books A Million, I believe I got this. It's you can find it at Books A Million or Barnes and Noble. Right now, if you like classic horror literature, this has, of course, The Willows, which is a must-read. And it also, of course, has Ancient Sorceries, The Listener, and The Seafit. Again, I have them, but it was a beautiful edition, and I just thought, like, fuck it. Some of my old copies of some of this stuff are pretty beaten up. So I didn't mind. It wasn't expensive. Also, one of the nicest people you could ever possibly meet. I think I showed off his book, his new hardcover edition of his 90s horror novel, Fear. But Ronald Kelly has his second volume of Tales from the Southern Fried Crypt out. Look at that beautiful artwork. You can get this off Amazon. You can also get it on his website. You can find Ronald Kelly on Twitter. Really nice guy. I think I showed it off maybe on the other collection video. I'll have to check. If not, I'll show it next time. It's a little high for me to grab right now, but he does like an actual like drawing on like everything if you want it autographed. And yeah, he's a great author who went away for a long time. He retired for like 10 years, got back to writing, and yeah, he's awesome. Check out Fear. You can get that on Amazon too, but you'll pay roughly the same to get a beautiful autographed edition on his website. Oh, this is, you know what? This was recommended by Hunter Shea on the Final Guys podcast, and I agree with him. He's not a big fan of short story collections, but this is one he put over pretty hard. Matters Most Macabre by Tyler James, and I agree. This is actually really good. This is a newish author, I believe, but there's some really good short horror stories on this one. Pretty it's kind of a crowd pleaser, actually. It's a very easy read, and all the stories that I've checked out so far, and I'm almost done this one, have been pretty fun. So that also comes with the Hunter Shea recommendation for what that's worth for you readers out there. Yeah, Big T, there's not a lot of bookstores, really. I mean, we've got like Second and Charles, we got Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, which we have a couple Barnes and Nobles that are actually doing better about their horror sections, at least now. That's cool. You're writing some movies down. Yeah, I hope Cabinet of Curiosities gets another season as well, Barney. Yeah, Barnes and Noble, Second and Charles. I mean, there's not a lot there. We do have Book Nook, which has some stuff. A few used stores like that. If you venture out, around the Atlanta area. There are some other things, but yeah, it's not as abundant as it used to be. This I just got, Monstrilio by Gerardo Samano Cordova. And this, I haven't read it yet, so I can't give a direct recommendation, but this sounds fantastic. Hopefully I'm not disappointed, but this sounds really, really good. Again, you can check all the reviews and everything on Amazon or wherever, or Goodreads. AbeBooks.com is also a good place to pick up used books. ABEBooks.com. I get a lot of stuff from there sometimes. Big fan of this author. Another, well, I say new, but newish author, Tyler Jones. This is I believe, if I remember right, I haven't read it yet, but this is another short story collection. Burn the Plans. He's really good. I have several of his books, and I've read about probably a little over half of what he's done. I mean, it may only be like 7 or 8 books, but I like what I've read from him so far. And yeah, look forward to checking that out. Let's see. We're just a little over 3 hours, but the movies were under 3 hours. Another one that was recommended to me, Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. I believe she did have an interview on Dead Headspace. So if you want to check out more about her, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did. I know some people compared it to Mexican Gothic, which is a very good thing. Don't know anything about this book, but it was $10. It might be out of print now, but it's a slasher novel from the author Lady Gore Horror called Hollow Falls. Supposed to be the start of a series, and I've never seen Lady Gore Horror on any booktube channels. This is kind of an obscure book, and if it's not out of print, it tends to be cheap. So yeah, gave it a whirl for $10, and it's a hardcover too. This is a solid book. Black and Endless Sky by Matthew Lyons. Check that one out. He's another one. If you look this up, you'll find some booktube interviews with them if you want to see. It's kind of a cosmic horror road trip. There's a lot of humor in it. This one I kind of see as a movie in my head. So a little bit lighter. I know I've got some heavier shit that I showed off. Another author I'm a fan of, and I got a hardcover edition of this, Gothic by Philip Fracassi. He's all over booktube. He does a lot of interviews. This wasn't issued signed, but this is a signed copy by Fracassi there. He does some really good short stories too. He's kind of a Child Alone with Strangers is another book he has out right now that I might have shown off, I think, on the last video. If not, check that out. Great read as well. He's a really good writer. And I'm reaching the last pile here of books. Haven't read it yet, but picked up The Spite House by Johnny Compton, which is, I believe, was like a haunting ghost story. It's been all over, so I haven't read it though. This was highly recommended to me by a lady at Barnes & Noble a while ago, A History of Fear by Luc Dumas. We're down almost to the end, and I'm stretching to grab everything. This was a library pickup from Lovecraft Circle author Donald Wandry. And Donald Wandry is, unless you're really into horror literature, you may not have heard of that name, but excellent writer. And this is a collection of his, Don't Dream it's not too bad. Little beat up, but not too bad a shape for a library book. And yeah, you hear a lot about other members of the Lovecraft circle. Some people argue who's really in the circle, but Donald Wandry is a good writer, and this was a fun pickup to find out in the wild. I'm a huge fan of these. Are a collection of 3 novellas, and I'm a big fan of all 3 of these authors. This is Wounds to Wishes collection, Dark Tide Book 1. It's a collection of 3 authors, 3 novellas, not connected as far as I'm aware. And this is Tales of Mystery and Melancholy. Chad Lutsky, he's on the Final Guys podcast. He does some really intense, like grief, horror. Now he's one of my favorites that I've discovered over the last 3 or 4 years or so. Excellent writer. John Bowden, also amazing. Robert Ford has done some fucking phenomenal stuff. So these 3 names really sold me on this. And for those of you able to read that, check that out. You can get this off of Amazon. Chad Lutsky's really, really good. I love his work. And he's with Hunter Shea, Jack Campisi on the Final Guys podcast. Check that out. If you like it, just say, hey, Flesh Wound Features sent me over. But I really like their stuff. They're authors, but they focus a little bit more on movies, and there's like a little bit of book content, but they do usually a review a week. And this is also Michael Clark, who you can find on different horror booktube channels. This is a series of books he did, a trilogy, Patience of a Dead Man, book 1. And if you like haunting ghost stuff, also Dead Woman Scorned, which is the second story, and Anger is an Acid, which was the finale. He's got a new book coming out, and it's Brazilian themed horror folklore that sounded really interesting. He's got a lot of interviews, like I said, on some of these podcasts I've name dropped. And another author I'm a fan of, we've got Juniper. This is part of a trilogy. There's 2 out, I believe, right now from Ross Jeffrey. Really good stuff there. Some of these are also available in paperback that you can get a little bit cheaper. Tome. I know Ross was up for a Stoker for another novel he did not too long ago. And last but not least, friend of the channel. Also, you've seen him on Lauren's podcast, Visited by Voices One. And this is Aileros from Matt Doyle, who I know comments sometimes. I got this beautiful new hardcover edition. I haven't gotten to read it yet, but I am excited to check it out. Right there. Matt's a really cool guy, so you should check it out. I know he's got something else, I think, on the way soon. I saw. Sorry, I'm going blurry here at the very end. Yeah, I looked into it. Very different, which is good. Kind of sci-fi horror. I don't know exactly what to expect, but I was sold on it. And yeah, if you want to support Matt, you should definitely get a copy of this. Paperback or hardcover. Like I said, paperback will be cheaper if you don't care. And that is it. And I will message Todd in case he's not watching right now, but I'll check the chat here. Yeah, Half Price Books. That's another one that's still around. It's a little bit of a drive. I don't have one right near me. Yeah. There we go. All right. I'm texting Todd. Any final questions? Pop them in the chat while I do that. All right. Thank God, too, because I start to lose my voice by the end of this. But if you don't count the books, that was about 3 hours on the nose. So less than that insane, like 4.5 hour stream I did. Todd is on his way. So yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. 3 podcasts today. I missed, we were recording like live videos in California, but it's been nice being back streaming with everybody. Once again, Region Free is coming back May 13th. In fact, I know I know the cast is going to be meeting on Tuesday. So that's very, very exciting. And yeah, I'm excited. I've just been excited. I've missed recording with everybody, catching up with everybody since I've been back. Todd has been summoned. Todd, not counting the books, that was about 3 hours on the nose.
But you went over 2 hours, what you told me, Dan.
Less, yeah, but that was also with your bullshit about the like shame.
Oh no! You told me that was including all the bullshit at the beginning.
Yeah, but we didn't have bullshit last time. If you subtract horror pack, that was close to 2 hours.
But when we were talking about it, because we talked about it at the beginning of this,
it was close. You
said it would be with my stuff too, and that was after we recorded my stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So you're still.
Big T asking about the Region Free cast. I don't know if any were left as a surprise, but so I don't want to go right out and say. But there's a lot of people that aren't a part of it yet that probably will be as we go along. So it'll be me, of course, Lauren, Sam, Steak. He's a newbie. JT will be on there. I'm probably just naming everybody, but Jonathan and who knows? It'll probably be a slowly growing cast. Hope to get Piz to pop on there, and you'll see some new faces, some old faces, and yeah. So May 13th, don't miss it. Be a special. I know Lauren's got one hell of an opening he's been working on. So yeah, it'll be really cool. I miss doing Region Free. And what else do I have to plug before we go? Patreon.com/FleshWoundFeatures. Get on our Discord. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of different podcasters on there. Not just us. It's a very active Discord, which is fun. I know a lot of you have a
thanks, Kruger. Got to give him props. Getting that all.
Yep, Kruger definitely spearheaded the Discord, and even I can use it, so it's not hard using Discord.
Well, thank you at least for admitting that's the barometer.
Fuck you, Todd. I'm saying
I just fucking put you over. Why are you being a dick, Dan?
Yeah, you're being a dick, Todd. God damn it. What else do I have to plug? Yeah, Region Free is the big one this week. Check out, and again, Sarah in the chat. Definitely show her channel some love there. And once again, happy belated birthday, Sarah. Indy, glad you loved the show. Hope I gave you guys a good stuff to write down and look into yourself there. And yeah. StreamXPW.com. We put them over because we love XPW here, and those last 2 shows were so fucking cool. And Todd, am I missing anything? I feel like was there something else to plug this week? I don't get that feeling I'm forgetting to mention something.
Check out Wednesday's show and be on the lookout for a new erotic thriller show. I think it's time.
Yes. We got some more After Dark content dropping as well. And we'll hit 1K soon. So it didn't happen during this show. We were hoping it happened in LA, but it's very close. So we'll have something for you.
I think 8 away, I think now.
Oh yeah, 8. Yeah, I think it's 10 last I looked, so we're getting close. All right, guys, on that note, good night. Thanks for hanging out. And if you missed the other 2 streams, we had 2 other live videos today. Go check those out. Comment, show some love, and hit that thumbs up if you haven't, and enable notifications because we do several shows a week. And good night.
Good night.